Hey, thanks for clicking on the video. This is going to be another episode of Reforged Gaming News, and we are breaking down Elden Ring leaks that have again appeared. We won't be spoiling anything for you, but wanted to get the warning out and also talk about how severe some of these leaks appeared in the form of live streams and other things. If you like our From Fridays, every Friday is From Friday, we've been breaking down Elden Ring, and we will certainly be diving in for gameplay next week. If you've been enjoying that coverage as well as my other game coverage, be sure to hit subscribe and the bell button. We start every video with an update so you can get the nice little snippet of the news before we dive in and discuss for the length of the live stream. This is a Reforge update. More Elden Ring leaks have appeared just 1 week before the game's release, and some of these were more extreme than previous, making FromSoftware and Bandai Namco having to respond pretty harshly in relation to these leaks and where they showed up. If you like these quick updates, be sure to hit subscribe and the bell button so that way you do not miss these uploads. So folks are using Reddit and other forums to basically refresh and constantly check any leaks that appear so they can download them, maybe upload them to mirror sites and other places, because generally speaking, these are getting struck down much faster than previous leaks. Now, FromSoftware and Bandai Namco have been a little inconsistent in their leak takedowns. There were some leak footage that we used in a previous VOD, and we noticed some of those videos started disappearing on YouTube. So just to be safe, we took that VOD down, which was a bit of a bummer. It was a very, very successful stream, but they seem to be a little inconsistent in what they take down and how quickly they do. According to PC Gamer, chief among the leaks is the appearance of the cinematic intro on YouTube. In typical FromSoft fashion, it's 3 minutes of foreboding scene setting full of unfamiliar names and vaguely referenced wars, related with a doomy narrator who in the other context would sound like basically a scary person. It was pulled just seconds before I hit publish on this story, but still no doubt it'll pop up elsewhere. So even before the PC Gamer article went live, it had already gotten pulled down. Now, obviously, we're not getting into spoilers, and neither are they. That's pretty generic information, but the actual intro to the game appeared on YouTube, and in between when the journalist for PC Gamer went to write their article and hitting publish, the video had already been taken down. Now, in addition to this, some live streams showed up as well. More from PC Gamer. More spoilery has been the appearance of several live streams on Twitch as traced by the thread on Reset Era. They have since been shuttered, presumably in answer to a complaint by Bandai Namco, but they ran long enough for a wealth of previous unknowns to be cast uncaringly into the pre-embargo world. So these streams were up long enough for new things to be, discovered, emerged, and leaked. Now, again, we're not putting spoilers in this. We're mainly setting this out to warn you, like if you're on Reset Era, if you're on Reddit or Twitter, there may be people posting spoilers that were discovered from those live streams, because that's a pretty extreme thing. It's one thing to upload something and then it may get a takedown request, you may get a copyright strike, but when you live stream something that is under embargo or hasn't hit its release date yet, you're actually risking your entire channel. Generally, you're risking your entire channel anytime you do something like this. It's one of the reasons why a lot of people have avoided showing more than just the technical test, or just recently there was more footage. A lot of people did gameplay previews. We covered that last week. If you missed that, it is a VOD if you'd like to watch it. There was new footage, new insights, and new input that had emerged from some of the various outlets that were given that early access. Now, mirror uploads will likely show up if these streams were documented, download, clipped, or whatever, even if just people, were able to write down or type out what exactly was contained in them. That means those leaks can still be out in circulation. It's kind of difficult for Bandai and FromSoftware to go and take down leaks that are just written on a forum or in a tweet or anywhere really for that matter. It's a little bit easier on official sites like Twitch or YouTube to do takedown requests when someone uploads gameplay they have no right to upload. So with 1 week before the launch of Elden Ring, still more spoilers coming out. So keep your eyes down or your eyes up depending on whether or not you want to see them. And as always, hit subscribe and the bell button, and we'll see you in the next one. And I'll see the rest of you right now. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Thank you so much for being here. And yes, there was not a show yesterday. I think the worst food poisoning I have ever experienced, and I was pretty much over it in the morning, right? I was over it. So it hit me, Wednesday afternoon. I had to end my call with Creature. I was like, I'm not feeling all right. Something's wrong. And I woke up Thursday morning and I was better, but I had felt like somebody had run me over with a truck. So I was like, I am not going to go live. There's no way. I'm like half dead. And we were going to cover the No Man's Sky update that they just pushed out, maybe even check it out and play it. And that just wasn't in the cards. I would not have been full strength for today. So I got up nice and early this morning and got footage recorded of Horizon Forbidden West already for first look, Reforged first look. And let's see. I don't know if those are. Creature wanted to get it up as fast as possible today, so that should be hitting first look sometime today. Reforged First Look is basically an encyclopedic channel that enables us to upload real quick looks at gameplay, so that will hit sometime today. We will be playing Horizon Forbidden West today. We're actually going to do 3 parts, part 1 and part 2, and then tonight we'll do part 3. Hilly cannot do the Friday night stream, and we're going to be doing that instead. We want to get as much time in Horizon Forbidden West as possible, and the Friday night streams and some things over there may look a little different going forward anyway, so it's a perfect opportunity for us to just dive head first into Horizon Forbidden West and get a lot accomplished. So that's what we'll be doing today. I hope to see a bunch of you here tonight. Friday nights are usually a little unpredictable with turnout. I know we're largely a Monday through Friday lurker stream, and those Friday night streams are sometimes harder to make. So I hope to see some of you here tonight. Obviously, if you don't want spoilers, I get that. But that's what we'll be doing today. Once we're done with this talk show, it's all Horizon Forbidden West. And then next week, you all know what's happening. The Elden Ring release date will be here. So we will be diving headfirst in to Elden Ring gameplay next week. I don't know if we'll do a talk show in the morning or not. I'm not sure how we're going to handle that. I know I don't like taking the talk show away from you guys, but there's always the chance that we might decide to do that just because we're going to want to get into gameplay so quickly. So good morning, good afternoon. Thank you guys for being here. Make sure you're on live chat. Make sure you've hit the like button. Strong turnout already. So good to see so many of you here. And, I want to do a video on that, Teddy. We don't have a place for that right now, but that's definitely something I would have loved to have commentate on. Just an absurd thing to claim about Forbidden West that is unsubstantiated, completely unsubstantiated. Low-hanging fruit, woke clickbait, I guess. Feed, good morning, Feed. I see you in the chat. Let's give you guys a poll here. Elden Ring new gameplay leaks. Did you see them? Will you look for them? Yes or no? All right? Yes or no? Did you see them? And if not, will you go and look for them? I am curious what the breakdown is. We're 1 week away. Are people starting to give in to the temptation to look at those spoilers? That's a serious question. That's a pretty serious question. And we're curious where you guys land on it. What's good, Wolvie? There's no culture in the apocalypse. It's absolutely ridiculous. What happened yesterday? I was looking for the stream. Yes, I had a pretty bad case of food poisoning. I was actually over it yesterday morning, but I felt so terrible I just couldn't stream. So I spent the day laying around watching, Joe Rogan. I was like, okay, what's the buzz about this guy? Let me go watch some of his recent stuff. So what did you eat? We don't know what it was. I researched this a little bit. You can actually get food poisoning from some meat like days later. It's like days later it can have the result. My wife made me a quesadilla with chicken and cheese, and she said that the chicken was new. She had made it the previous day. Day old Jimmy John's. I don't know. It can take a while. Usually, in most cases, it's within 2 to 6 hours of you consuming something. It's usually within 2 to 6 hours. So I'm thinking it was something with the chicken at lunch, maybe. Who knows? I don't know. There's no way to know. It was bad. It was real bad. I'll check you out your stream later. I already played 5 hours of Horizon Forbidden West, and it's a beautiful game. Yes, I played the first 20 or 30 minutes this morning for that recording. So we'll probably do something very similar with Elden Ring. You know, we'll make sure and do that. There's an official Elden Ring ad with some new footage. Is it on there? Did they put anything on their Bandai YouTube? I'm not seeing anything on their YouTube. Bandai Namco Europe seemed to be the one that was getting most of the new stuff. I'm not seeing anything within like the last couple of months on the Bandai website. Hi, I'm not English, but I'm like you. Well, welcome. Thank you for being here. Not opening convo about this. Just curious if you what you watched. I actually watched the two guys. I did. I thought that was interesting. I thought it was very interesting. I actually watched it in the wrong order. I watched the second guy that was from like Texas A&M or whatever, and then I went back and watched the guy before him. I thought it was very interesting. I like that about him, that he has them both on back to back. I thought they were good episodes. So, let's see what else are people saying. Did you watch that he just released? Oh yeah, you're asking about that. Yeah, just those two. Hi, I'm Mexican and I like you. They said I am like you. I think they were saying I am like you, even though they don't speak it. Maybe. Let's see. What culture is Horizon appropriating? There are claims that they're appropriating Native American culture because there's face paint. I'm like, I don't even know what to say to that. Like I said, it's so unsubstantiated. Apparently Native Americans were the only people to ever use face paint. Okay, whatever. It's just silly. It's absolutely silly. Whoever wrote that article needs to take a trip around the world, because face paint within tribal and nomadic persons has been around since, like, I don't know, since forever. It's just so stupid. Absolutely stupid. Brain dead. Many tribes use face paint. That's what I'm saying, Mo. Whoever this person is, ironic. It's just ironic. Like, you need to like raise your consciousness and like travel the world and see that like face paint is not unique to Native Americans. Just ridiculous. Wasn't Zulu appropriation last time? Eurogamer's reviews literally claim the same thing. Yeah, I don't even know. I wanted to make a video about it. We don't really have a great place for that right now. We're trying to think through having a place to have conversations like that, because it can get a little like social justice, cultural, like cancel culture, and like we don't like doing that over here. So, did they say that about Kratos? Yeah, I don't know. Hi, I win, and I'm like you. If you guys are just tuning in, we will not be getting into spoilers, but there was Elden Ring new gameplay leaks, and they showed up in a variety of ways. The intro to the game showed up on YouTube. There were actually people streaming the game on Twitch, and they got taken down very quickly, which is that's deserved. I mean, you're kind of... Maybe if you were a Pokemon, you'd be okay, but the rest of the people over there can't stream copyrighted material without being, dealt with pretty swiftly. And, Chakotay, facial tattoos, that's right. And so they were taken down. Now, my question at the top of the chat, the poll for the day is, number one, did you see them? Did any of you guys see it, the leaks? Did anybody you watch the streams? And second, are you going to go look for them if you didn't, right? You know what I'm saying? Crazy, I won No Man's Sky last night. Good for you. Anyways, curious what you guys say. Now, most people so far, a lot of votes already, 261 votes, are saying no. 75% of you are like, dude, I didn't see him, and I ain't going and looking for him. You guys are like me, right? You guys are like me. Because I don't want to see anything. I mean, what I've seen is enough. And if they release new gameplay or a new trailer, I mean, I'll go look at it. I'll watch it with you guys, right? But I don't want to see stuff that they've not intended me to see. Okay, I don't want to see it. I like to go in as fresh as possible. Obviously, even with games like Elden Ring or Horizon Forbidden West, we've combed over a copious amount of the trailers, of the gameplay. We've done breakdowns, and that's because we're all very excited. I think that's different than like actively going and watching somebody play the game before street date, or people that leak like opening information about like the opening cinematic or story information. Like, these are all things that I think, generally speaking, are not something I would consume beforehand. Now, obviously, as a live streamer, it's an interesting dilemma, because I would love for a bunch of you to hang out and watch me play Horizon Forbidden West this afternoon, or hang out next week and watch me play Elden Ring, okay? And even though it's the official street date, does it really matter if you're watching it before you can play it? Does that make sense? So like, that's an interesting dilemma as a live streamer, to like want to go in pure, and I relate to and I empathize and sympathize with people who want to go in as pure as they can, or as blind as they can. But at the same time, it's like, as a live streamer, you hope that there's enough people that don't think that way, that are okay with seeing the game launch date or watching a playthrough before they get to play through themselves. There's plenty of you that won't do that. You will check out the minute I boot up Horizon Forbidden West. And I get that, like I totally do. Same thing with Elden Ring. It would not surprise me if next week, when we boot up the game and we dive in for our fresh, our very fresh start of Elden Ring gameplay, that would easily, I think, be an instance where like a lot of you would leave. I would think, I would anticipate that. That's what I would think. That you would not want to see things, live as it, beforehand. Realistically, when was the last time you really took a dive into a game not knowing anything? For me, it has to be Skyrim on launch and Hollow Knight more recently on a recommendation. Yeah, I mean, going into a game and not knowing anything, I would actually say that would be Hellblade. For me, I think it would be Hellblade. I knew nothing about it. Everybody said it was cool. They all recommended it. They said, make sure you play with headphones on. I was like, okay. So I played Hellblade on just like a whim of somebody recommending it, and I was captivated from the very beginning. I was like, this is one of the most amazing games I've ever played. And the funny thing was, I knew nothing about the game. I just knew it was some game where you walked around with a sword and fought people. Like, that was the gist of what I knew. It was like, okay, I'll check this game out. Is there anything you want to see in Elden Ring, like certain mechanics or elements? Well, I mean, obviously they've shown the classes, and it was totally Surgeon Simulator. Yeah, that's what it was. I'll get spoiled here, but I don't want to pre-spoil. Okay, I can understand that. I can understand people being willing to get spoiled with a streamer that they like, but not wanting to be pre-spoiled. I can understand that. What was I? Oh, Elden Ring. The Elden Ring classes, to me, I hope are very, very defined. So, like, if I make a new playthrough and I want to play as a samurai, I want it to be very, very, definitively separate. That's what I want. I don't... You almost didn't play Hellblade because of the death mechanic? Yeah, I was like, I don't want to play a game where I lose my save. People were like, it's not real, it's not real. I was like, what? You see the doc say he was going to play Elden Ring? Thoughts? Listen, if Dr. Disrespects plays Elden Ring, okay? If he plays Elden Ring, number one, I'm happy to help. I'm happy to help if he needs people to play with. Number two, that probably won't happen. Number two, I would anticipate it being a short-lived thing. People will love it. They'll get an absolute hoot out of watching him play, and it'll probably be pretty short-lived. That's just my guess and my assumption. If you're just tuning in, let's get the likes up. Hit subscribe if you want to talk in my chat. We got a poll at the top of the chat. There's Elden Ring new gameplay leaks that came out. They came out on YouTube. There were people streaming it on Purple. All right? And I'm curious, did you see any of it? Or number two, are you going to go and try and find it? Because Bandai struck it all down. It's all gone. So curious how you guys handle that. How you guys handle that situation when these sorts of things happen. What are the leaks? Is it gameplay from people disregarding NDAs, stage leaks? No, somehow people are playing ahead of time and we don't really know how, Rivers. The thing that hit YouTube was the intro. Just like the intro cinematic, right? That was what hit YouTube. And then people went over to Purple and they were streaming it, just like playing the game. And I don't understand. I mean, I guess you just assume that you're not going to get caught or you don't care. I mean, fly-by-night accounts, maybe. They just made like a brand new account so they could stream the game, you know, and then they knew they'd get caught and knew they'd get shut down. Folks have gotten their physical copies already. Interesting. I saw an hour-long stream. Without spoiling, all I can say is that it is very similar to an Elder Scrolls game with Dark Souls gameplay and way more hostile. The Badlands and swamp areas were massive. Okay, so that's generic enough. It doesn't feel like a spoiler. So Mr. Freeman did see an hour-long stream and is giving us some very generic, like, observations about what he saw. Doc playing Elden Ring would be a spectacle like Tim with Fall Guys. Well, I don't know how long Doc's going to be able to stay in the ring, okay? It's one thing to watch Timmy Tenders continue to play a lighthearted game that crescendos in close victory, failure, or a win, right? It became a moment. That's not quite the same as this game. Because boy, oh boy, when you die in a game like this, I mean, it's a pretty significant blow. You got to kind of have to get back on the horse. There's not like a lighthearted entry every time you come back to life. Does that make sense? People were streaming Forbidden West yesterday as well. Well, now some of those people got early access or the ability to do that. Like, I went and watched a guy do. I wasn't listening or looking at any of the dialogue, but I was scrolling through his part 1 of Forbidden West because I wanted to see, okay, at what point does he get the gameplay? Because if I do a first, a Reforged first look, I don't want 10 minutes of the video to literally be cinematics. Like, that's not helpful. People want to see gameplay. That's generally what they're looking for. They're generally looking for, what's the game look like? How are the graphics? What, is it controlling well? Is it working well? I did have there were some things that happened that we'll obviously commentate on. We'll be playing that later today. I'll start over fresh for you guys. I tried to find some of those streams, but they were already hit by the time I got around to it. Okay. If Radbrad ain't playing it, I'm not interested. I'm not familiar with who that is. This would be a good game for newcomers to the series for sure. Therefore, I'm starting as a Wretch and trying to avoid horseback where I can. Okay. Well, a lot of people tuning in this morning. Welcome on into the stream. I do a talk show like this Monday through Friday, and every Friday is From Friday. I've recently become a FromSoftware convert. I just recently beat Dark Souls 3 for the first time, and then Sekiro recently beat that for the very first time. And long awaiting Elden Ring, obviously. Every Friday morning, we've been discussing Elden Ring and then doing FromSoftware gameplay in the afternoon. Now, obviously, today we're not doing that. I'm going to be playing Horizon Forbidden West in the afternoon. We are making an exception to that rule because Elden Ring is literally next week, and it'll be dominating every Friday as well as large portions of the week as well. So if you're enjoying the conversation, hit subscribe, hit the bell button. Do me a favor, smash that like button. Let's hit the next like milestone. A lot of people here this morning, and there is a poll at the top of the chat. We want to know what you think. Elden Ring new gameplay leaks. Did you see them? And will you look for them? If maybe you didn't get a chance to see them, will you? Most people are saying no. 74% are like, nah, man, I didn't see them, and I ain't looking for them, which I relate to that. That's kind of how I am. Yeah, I saw the BioShock thing, yeah. I have no idea what that's going to look like. I have no idea what that's going to look like. Video game shows and movies are, I don't know. I'm not putting a lot of stock in it. I'm like you, newer to FromSoftware games. They overtook my life, though. Platinum Bloodborne, Dark Souls 3, Dark Souls 2, and the remaster. Settle down. Yeah, you've well outmatched me. I'm going to wait on Bloodborne, praying for a 60 FPS version at some point. Just not really. I can't do the 30 FPS thing. I just can't do it. It's just really, really difficult. Now, let me do like a little intermission just to talk about there are a lot of ways to support the stream. Subscribing is totally free. This platform does let you subscribe for free. And let me just check here how many. Yeah, a ton of new subscribers this morning. So welcome and thank you. I am safe for work. You can subscribe in confidence. I'll be in your sub feed all week with shows like this, having an open dialogue with the chat back and forth. Okay. Now, there are direct ways to support the channel. You can use the $ at the bottom of chat to send a tip, become a paying member. The t-shirt I'm wearing is a Miles Morales shirt from 80s Tees, so you can use the shirt command or the display command. Those are displays back there if you like the Elden Ring one or the Horizon one. You can do that. And then this is our coffee sitting next to me, and we are working our way through the holiday blend that we did. This was our most popular blend in November and December. Now, this is not a sponsor. This is mine. And so we have 50-something or 40-something bags left. You can use code GETFRICKED to get fricked in February and get 20% off the Frickmas blend as we're trying to clear out that inventory. So take advantage of that. It was a super popular one. It's my wife's favorite flavor. Those are ways you can support the channel directly, but really, we love to see the sub count go up and the like count go up because that doesn't cost anything and it helps us do what we do here every day. Name of the channel is Reforged Gaming. Folks call me Lono. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you very, very much. Mr. Freeman says, one thing I wish I would not have seen is the underground city, because finding it organically while playing the game would have been better, as that area was awe-inspiring. Stay away from Reddit. Now, that's not a spoiler. We knew the underground city was a thing, but what Mr. Freeman is saying is he now knows how to get there, right? We knew that was a thing. So again, that's not really a spoiler. That was talked about in a handful of interviews. I saw that we get a flail, but what weapons do you think that they have added? I hope we get a prosthetic with the sword attached from the woman we saw in the cinematic trailer. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot of theories on weapons. I don't have a whole lot of, strong desires about weapons that I want to see. That's like, that's just not a thing for me. I don't do that, Does the coffee need a bean crusher? Or can I put it in a cup and pour hot water on it? No, you can't put it in a cup and pour hot water on it. It's not instant coffee. It's ground coffee. You gotta use a French press or like a drip coffee made, just a standard coffee maker you buy at the store that you use coffee filters in. But no, it's not instant coffee. You can't just like pour hot water on it. It doesn't melt. We've comically said that before because somebody did buy it and thought that they could do that. What time are you playing Forbidden West today, says Paul. I'm imagining around the time we usually shift gears. We may shift gears a little earlier to give me more time. But again, we're doing a part 1, 2, and 3 today. I'll do part 1 and 2 after this stream. We'll break it into 2 different streams. And then I'm actually going to do a Friday night stream tonight with you guys here on this channel doing part 3, just because we want to get as much gameplay in as possible. Is it a flavor or just different roast? Well, the Frickmas blend is a flavor. The Rageless roast, the light and the dark roast, it's got a honey undertone, a very smooth finish, and balanced acidity. One's just dark and one's just light, same base flavor. Now, the Frickmas blend is a Mexican-sourced bean. It's a medium roast, and it's bright, seasonal, crisp finish with the balanced acidity. All of our coffee has the balanced acidity, which makes it incredibly drinkable. Some people just drink it black. Some people, I like to put a little bit of creamer in it. I use Italian sweet cream. And those are, the feedback we've gotten from people is, the dark roast is great for cold brew and everything else. So if you're not a coffee drinker, start with the light roast. The light roast is the most drinkable coffee ever. It's so drinkable. It's so smooth. I know people that just drink it straight black. Put a little bit of creamer in it. It's perfect. So snag some today. It's my wife and kids ship it to you, okay? It's a family business. It's not like a sponsor. 80s Tees is a great sponsor. Displate. Oh, also my glasses are from Gunner Optics. So we have a variety of sponsors, but, those are all the different ways you can support. Me and Lono got the same coffee taste. It's why I stay. I appreciate that. Dark roast is life. Don't be mad, but I did have some taste of San Antonio yesterday. Taste of San Antonio is very good. It's a little too sweet for me now. Tech says, I drink it black and the flavors are great. There you go. Glad you're taking a lot of time to get into Horizon Forbidden West in the week before Elden Ring. Yeah, we want to make sure we take a chunk. So for those of you that have never been here before, we will be playing a bunch of Elden Ring next week as well as the following, the weeks and days that follow. That is definitely something we are going to be spending some time doing. And the reason for that is we have really invested in the FromSoftware games and in the genre. We've really enjoyed meeting all you FromSoftware homies. I'm a new convert. Like, you guys have come in and been super helpful. I was cruising through Sekiro, and then the final boss took me 5 hours. It's a 5-hour stream. I almost quit. I have a love-hate relationship with Sekiro. There's things that game does that I dislike and that kind of ruffles my feathers or gets me kind of irritated and agitated, and not in the right way, right? Every game will do that. Every game will kind of take you, every FromSoftware game will kind of take you to that, that red zone. But in general, that game just did some things that kind of bothered me. I drink black instant coffee. I'm surprised I still have taste buds. Man, you sound like you sound like some of the old folks I've hung out with, like some of the grandparents I've been around. They have dark, just instant, straight black. Just, then they put it in a microwave. I'm like, gee, many Christmas. Hope you're feeling better. Food poisoning can be rough. Good to see you back. Yes, yeah. I was actually over it yesterday morning, but I felt like somebody ran me over with a truck. So, well-balanced coffee can be less jarring without anything in it. Yeah. It's very smooth. Have you seen the leaks? Can you tell us how the game is looking in its current state? I have not seen the leaks, okay? Now, somebody came in this morning, Mr. Freeman, and he gave us very generic information saying that, like, the swamplands and some other places are crazy. Everything looks really, really good. The world feels more hostile. He says it feels very similar to, like, a Dark Souls opening, and so, but that's very non-spoiler. I don't want to get into spoilers. I myself didn't look at any of it, right? And I did see them. Okay, so Rock223 saw 2233 saw them. So Rock and Ferryman, no, not the Ferryman, the Freeman, Mr. Freeman. Rock and Mr. Freeman saw the leaks. And just please, if you put anything in chat, just keep it very generic about what you saw. One of the things Mr. Freeman said is he wished he hadn't seen the leaks. Is he now knows how to get into the underground city. He would have enjoyed finding that sort of by accident on his own. And that's not a spoiler, by the way. The underground city is something that was talked about in numerous interviews with Miyazaki. So that's not something that sort of is fresh news to us. We appreciate so many people tuning in. If you've never been here before, this is kind of what we do. It's a talk show, very interactive, constantly reading chat. I am safe for work, so you can subscribe in confidence. A lot of people subscribe and they throw me on in the background like video game radio. We're talking Elden Ring new gameplay leaks. Have you seen them? Are you going to try to see them? The poll at the top of the chat wants to know, and we have so many votes already. We're only 24 minutes into the poll and already almost 700 votes. Most of you are saying no. Like, I always like to let the poll go for a long while to see if it'll ever budge from where it lands, to see if anybody will kind of come in and try and move the needle in another direction. But 75% of you are saying no. Now, 25% are saying, yeah, I've seen them, or I'm going to go try to find them. Rock says, I'm fine with what I saw. I did not see the underground part. It's called the Eternal City. Okay. I think the game completion time is way off. What do you mean by that? You think it's going to take way longer from what you've seen or heard? Are we covering the Elden Ring servers projected to be down at launch due to RCE still not being fixed? Where did you get that information, Ilarian? So they're saying that the servers are potentially still going to be offline? Well, the PC servers will potentially still be offline. Where are you getting that report? To be fair, they detailed how to get to the underground area in the Game Informer article. Oh, they did? I don't remember that. Safe for work except when playing Cyberpunk. Yeah, we're not going back to that game anytime soon. That's the last thing that they said. Yeah, the Dark Souls official Twitter account said they're aiming to have it back up. I read a post on it. I'll find it and throw it in the Discord. Okay, yeah, try and find that for me, because the last thing we've been able to find is the Dark Souls Twitter account basically said that they're going to try and make sure Elden Ring is good to go, but the Dark Souls servers will not come back online until after Elden Ring launches. They confirmed the servers will be up at launch. Yeah, the way I read it was the Dark Souls 3 PC servers are going to be down for a while. They didn't even say, like, it'll be back up right after the game launches. They just said they won't come back online until Elden Ring launches. And their goal is the servers will be available. 30 hours to complete Elden Ring might be if you're speedrunning and not exploring. The game feels like a next-gen Skyrim. What happened on the Cyberpunk stream? It was a 1.5 update that was supposed to give us better performance, and on my PS5, I was having all kind of stuttering and hitching in the open world, and I felt like it ran like a piece of crap. I was like, this is supposed to be the next-gen upgrade. I feel like I'm literally playing some Bush League old, ported indie title. But how is it driving? I just ran around on foot just to consume the graphical, update and fidelity. It ran like a piece of trash. Sorry if that's the case. Please disregard. Apologies for spreading misinformation. Strike from the record. Okay, so Ilarion was misinformed or misread something. So as far as we know, no new information, no new updates have come out. The Elden Ring servers should be good to go day one, right? You didn't even win? Yeah, I didn't win. Did the civilian shoot you? I don't know. Listen, I had, sidebar. I had somebody try to get up my nose, and he was like, it's really hard to watch somebody who doesn't even like these types of games, like, not even get into it. And I was like, now, hang on a minute. I have gotten into games that are driven by dialogue and characters and narrative. And if this game wants to pull me in, it's doing a crappy job of it. The writing and the voice acting is so bad. It's like, how do you expect me to get pulled in by this? It feels like it was written by a teenager, and the voice acting. Everybody's so bland and monotone. Just, yeah. So, with respect to the people that think I haven't given that game a fair shot, come on. Just because I start making fun of it doesn't mean I didn't give it a fair shot. The rooftop helicopter shooting was done better 20 years ago. Absolutely can't believe Elden Ring's a week away. The great hollowing is almost over. That's right. I was misinformed, says Ilarion. I double-checked on the VGC article, and it's that the Dark Souls servers will be down post-launch, not Elden Ring. Okay, I thought that might have been how you misconstrued it, Ilarion. I was like, I bet you he read, they basically said the Dark Souls servers will not be back online until after Elden Ring launches. It's weird how people really, really want to like some games and get offended if you don't. Listen, I get it. If you like a game and I play it and I'm just sitting there dogging on it and doing Mystery Science Theater, listen, I get it. You find that annoying. But I don't know what you want me to do when the dialogue and story is so bland. I got to add something. Jackie was the only character I cared about. After that, Johnny. The game could never pull me in and make me feel like I was part of the world. Yeah. Why are you not playing Horizon? I will be playing Horizon shortly, but every Friday is From Friday, and I didn't want to take the talk show away from you guys, and clearly you didn't want me to take the talk show away from you. It's a huge turnout. If you've never been here before, every Friday is From Friday. Monday through Friday, we're doing a video game talk show just like this, okay? And every Friday is dedicated to FromSoftware. So From Friday, we've been doing pretty much all Elden Ring conversations in the morning for the talk show. And then in the afternoon, we would do a second stream where I would play through Dark Souls 3 and then most recently Sekiro. And those are my first completions of those games. I'm a very new FromSoftware convert. Now today, obviously, we're not going to be playing a FromSoftware game in the afternoon. We beat Sekiro in sort of just the right time. And so we'll be playing Horizon Forbidden West this afternoon. Yeah, I'm feeling better, Toshibo. Thank you. Somebody says Xbox is dead. What? What do you think of the Samurai starter class? That armor? Yes. So somebody asked me a little bit ago, like, what's like something I really want to see in Elden Ring? And I really want the classes to be super defined so that if I go, sword and board, if I go sword and shield, well, then after that playthrough, okay, I want to go back and play as a samurai. And I want it to feel very, very different. You know what I'm saying? I want it to feel very, very different, and I'm hoping that that's the case. Moho says, do not watch the streams. You'll regret it like I did. Okay, so there's a couple of people who did see the streams. That's 2 people now saying that they wish they hadn't seen them. So, cautionary tale. The Elden Ring new gameplay leaks that are out there. There are folks saying they saw them and they're telling you to avoid them. Sword and Shield is for nerds. Go Claymore. Don't you talk your crap to me, all right? Don't you talk. I want to go Sword and Board for my first playthrough. I don't play too many games from outside the FromSoftware games, so I tune in every Friday just for your opinions on Elden Ring. Love From Fridays. Well, thank you. We kind of anticipated that people would do that they would primarily just start tuning in on Friday. And that's fine. And then there's other days of the week that are, I think well worth your time tuning in. We have good discussions all the time, but I get that, and we appreciate that support every Friday. Daddy Chill. What do you mean telling me Daddy Chill? You don't want telling me the Sword and Board's for nerds. I want my class to matter on the first playthrough, but after that, I want to be able to do anything. What do you think happened to Enchanted Knight and Bloody Wolf? I don't know. If you're trying to sneak spoilers into the chat, we're going to ask that you not do that. I know it's not announced, but I hope they add console to PC crossplay. I have friends who won't buy it unless they can play with me, and I'm on console and they're on PC. Yeah, I don't know if they've given any insight into their plans for that. If I wouldn't hold my breath, I wouldn't. If a game after all this time is launching without crossplay, I don't know if that's going to be a big priority going forward. Now, I could be wrong. Maybe they've done an interview where they've said that is something that they're going to want to do, but I don't know, man. Just get richer friends. Yeah, get some really rich friends and have them buy you a PC. I'm going to dual wield everything I can without prejudice. Yeah, I want to do Sword and Shield, but I think I periodically want to switch to dual wield, man, because some of those double sword animations look really, really nice. Those were network test classes. Bloody Wolf is basically Vagabond, and the Enchanted Knight is the Astrologer. Oh. Okay, so I wasn't sure if he was asking about people in the game. I was like, please don't do that. TJ Rage with a $5 tip. How long does it take to win at being a nerdy sword and board guy? I don't know. I don't know how long it takes to win. Hey, look at that. Holy moly. We got 3 coffee orders this morning. There we go. 2 bags of Frickmas and a light roast, and using that Get Fricked code. Thank you, Bowers. Thank you very, very much. And then a light roast and a dark roast to Blueberry Puffin. Thank you, Blueberry Puffin. And then a Frickmas, a light, and a dark to Tattoos. Thank you very much. You forgot to use the Get Fricked code, Tattoos. Oh well, at least you only ordered 1 bag of the Frickmas. Thank you guys so much. 3 coffee orders today already. Listen, we're down to 39 in stock on Frickmas. 39 bags remain. We're down to the final 30. 39. All right. Listen, we don't push membership a lot here on this channel, but it would be really, really great to see that membership climb. We've been doing some things with our other larger channel, and I know a lot of you guys are double dipping, and a lot of you moved your membership over here. If you're a more newer sort of patron of my content, you watch, you listen, or whatever, we really would love to see that membership number hit 500. We're in like the 440s, and so it's $5 a month. It gets you a badge, emotes, supports me and the channel directly. It's going to help us with some of these transitions that we've been working on. Those of you that have been double dipping, those of you that have moved your membership over here, maybe you've done higher tiers of membership, we greatly appreciate it. Alarian renewing that membership for 4 months. Looks like I got 39 coffee orders to place, and then I can finally win Elden Ring. There we go. Thank you for keeping your membership here. Speaking of membership, Alarian kicking things off with the renewal of that membership. Thank you so much. Is there sex in Elden Ring yet? Do you mean like picking your gender, or do you mean like being able to romance people? If you're thinking about romancing people, it's not that kind of game. I don't think you're going to be doing that. What is the name of this stream? The name of the stream is Elden Ring New Gameplay, No Spoilers. Yes, so we're telling you about the fact that there is new gameplay leaks out there. They showed up on Reset Era and on Reddit, and they also showed up on Purple Platform, right? Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. I'm going to delete that. I know it's a fake one, but if you start doing fake ones, then other people will start doing real ones. So please don't do that. Cyberpunk is good at romance, though. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know if I should provide the link. No, don't provide the link. I mean, if you want to give people breadcrumbs on how to find it, if there are people looking, we want to know. At the top of the chat, it seems like most people don't. We have already almost have 1,000 votes on the poll. Elden Ring new gameplay leaks. Did you see them, and will you look for them, is the question. That is the question. Where's the gameplay? Did you look at the thumbnail? We are talking about new gameplay leaks. I can't fit everything into the title, so we're discussing the new gameplay leaks, not showing them, and giving you basically the warning that they're out there. There are people streaming it. There are people that streamed it on Purple. Some people have downloaded the uploads and the streams and mirrored them. Do you want the link for the official ad? Yeah, if we've got new stuff. Horizon Forbidden West was delayed to avoid crunch, says the game director. Yeah, man, greedy Sony. The only spoiler I don't want to see is the opening intro. Yeah, the opening intro hit YouTube and got taken down really, really fast. Because the guy that wrote the PC Gamer article that we read, while he was writing it, the video got taken down. I was always partial to dual shotguns back in the day. Low DPS, but a nice quick thud. So a game like Elden Ring, I would look for a dual-handed weapon style with ranged magic. Yeah, you could certainly do that. You could do dual swords with magic. You could do both. Tomorrow is going to be some live stream of Elden Ring with giveaways. Oh, they are? Are they doing that? Where are they doing that? Are they doing that on like the Bandai? Do they have an Elden Ring channel? FromSoftware? Where are they doing that? They're also streaming it on YouTube. Oh, people have been streaming the gameplay on YouTube? Yeah, so be fair warned, it's out there. It is out there. Me and quite a few of my friends are very hesitant to buy Elden Ring because we were put off by the Dark Souls difficulty. I want to play this game, but I'm not sure it's for me. Listen, it's going to be Dark Souls difficulty, Nova. Now, Miyazaki said he thinks more people will beat this game than other FromSoftware games. Okay? So Elden Ring will have a higher completion rate, according to Miyazaki. That doesn't mean that it's not going to have Dark Souls difficulty inside of it. This Saturday, many brave the tarnish, so Red Bull Gaming tweeted this. Many brave tarnish will venture forth into the lands between in Red Bull levels Elden Ring. Choose your hero and storyteller and watch their quest on Red Bull Purple or their own stream. So it sounds like they're doing most of it on Purple. So they are doing something with Red Bull Gaming. Sage, did you order some? He's putting the light roast and the Frickmas blend in chat. Let me check here now that we're down to the final 30. Oh, brother. Oh, man. 3 more coffee orders coming in. Y'all are going crazy. 2 dark roasts and a light roast to D-Tom. Thank you, D-Tom. 1 bag of Frickmas to Sven. And forgot to use the discount code. What are you guys doing? Use code GETFRICKED. You're giving me extra money. Let's see. A bag of Frickmas and a bag of light to Sage. Thank you, Sage, man. Appreciate that order so much. What's Purple? The Purple platform. Twitch. I don't like saying their name because YouTube doesn't like people promoting. There's a lot of people that will use YouTube to be like, hey, I'm live streaming over on blah, blah, blah. And they'll give you a link in the description. Like, they don't want you doing that. You like to put some stuff on Medium, but the game will run fine for you. Oh, like graphical settings. Yeah. Maybe they want to give you extra money. I mean, I don't care if you don't use the discount code. I'm not. What's the code for the Frickmas? Get Fricked. Get Fricked. You just type it out. GETFRICKED. Get Fricked. So, get Fricked in February. Whatever reason people are forgetting to do it, it's fine. PC requirements seem high, especially since it's running on last-gen consoles. Well, the last-gen consoles optimization is probably pretty bad. Apparently, it didn't run all that well on next gen in the tech test. So there could be issues with optimization for sure. Hey man, took a long break from YouTube. Been a member over on your main channel for over a year. Great to see you doing well. Why the name change? Yeah, we didn't see the reason to hold the moniker anymore. And after everything I've been through both personally and professionally, we really like the name Reforge. So everything is coming under that moniker now. This is Reforge Gaming. We have Reforge updates. We have Reforge First Look, which is a channel of like literally just first looks at games. And it should be getting a Horizon Forbidden West video today. So we thought that was a more fitting moniker to put everything under. So many new subscribers today. Thank you so much for hitting the sub button, the like button. We hope that you are enjoying the coverage very, very much. And we've been doing, this is From Friday, and we've been doing From Friday for a while. So going forward, there'll be a lot of Elden Ring gameplay as well as coverage here. Most of it, rooted in Friday. Obviously, when it launches, we'll be playing it a whole lot more than that. And but this afternoon, we don't have a FromSoftware game planned. We will be playing Horizon Forbidden West this afternoon. But I wanted to give you guys the talk show in the morning about Elden Ring. We know you're excited. We know you can't wait. I can't wait. And in light of not being able to wait, there's already 1,000 votes on this poll. Elden Ring new gameplay leaks. Did you see them, and will you look for them? We're given the warning. They're out there. If you don't want to see them, be careful. There was the cinematic intro hit YouTube. It's been taken down. People streamed on the Purple platform. Those have been taken down, but they have been downloaded and put in other places and mirrored and all of that. So just be careful. If you don't want to see any of that stuff, it is out there. Obviously, if you landed in this stream and took the poll, you were willing to come here because it said no spoilers on the thumbnail. So I like the name change. Definitely going to hang out in the stream when I can. Just needed a break from the internet, which we all need from time to time. Yeah, you got to self-regulate your technological integration. Big time. Big time. We have a Discord, Chris Jamboys. Everything falls under Reforge, so it's discord.gg/ReforgeTV. Yeah. Glad you're feeling better. Looking forward to Horizon. Thank you, UK Stobbs. My man. Appreciate you, dude. So the coffee name change as well. For now, we're keeping things Rageless Roast. For now, that's what we're doing. If we were looking at doing a rebranding of just the labels, so I don't know. I love the name Rageless Roast, but I mean, who knows? We've got a long year ahead of us, and we've got tons of Rageless Roast already. That we've got labels to use and everything else with the company that we work with. So. I for now, I don't see a reason to change the name. I don't want to say never, though, just because who knows. We really like the Reforge branding. We do. We think it works really, really well. And we've got, other news on that front for you guys to be announced. So if it ends up touching the coffee, that's not going to happen anytime soon because we've got so many labels that we've got to use and orders that are. I've literally a skid of Dark Roast coming to my house this week. So, Dan renewing his membership for 8 months. Happy to see you feeling better. How bad was it? The worst I've ever had it. Yeah, the worst I have ever had it. It was bad. Food poisoning. On a scale of 1 to 10, this touched 11. This touched 11. It was bad. You can call me this if you want to. I go by this. My channel is this. Yeah, that's fine. We don't really promote that platform, and we definitely don't, do the whole self-promotion thing. Call it unicorn farts if you want to. I'll still buy it. Well, I appreciate that. You guys have already bought a bunch. 2 more orders of coffee have come in. A bag of Frickmas using the discount is Wretch. Thank you, Wretch, for ordering some coffee. And somebody ordered a bag and used the discount. African Jedi. There we go. Woo! Lot coming in. Thank you very much. What you eat? I don't know. It could have been the chicken. I don't know. My wife is never, ever misprepared or ill-prepared food, ever. We've been married this year. It would be 15 years. So I don't know. She's great at food preparation and baking, and she's very careful. We have an allergy in the house, so I don't know. Why do you make the main Twitter account for Reforged Gaming opposed to making a new one? That'll all make sense really soon. Like, we think it's going to make more sense on Twitter to have, like, individual Twitter accounts for the different channels. Because if one account is literally blasting out all of the tweets. Now, it's one thing for me to quote tweet something. But if I'm just constantly just hitting your feed with going live, that looks better. That looks better, I think. In the grand scheme of things, I think that looks better if you if you're following one or all, or you just follow like the main one. There's. I think that just is, it makes it easier for people to follow, makes it easier for people to like, handle it. Because there's definitely people who don't want to deal with too many noties, too many tweets, and all of that. So we try to be careful with how we handle our presence on those platforms. Because like if we're doing a video here, a video there, we're doing all these different things. Well, I mean, I don't want you to feel like, man, I followed you on Twitter, but literally all I'm getting is alerts. That's all I'm getting. So we like to be careful with that, and we definitely think that splitting it up makes the most sense. Jimmy John's got you. I don't know. I researched it a little bit. Apparently, food poisoning can hit you like up to a week later if it's like pork. There's things with pork that can hit you like a week later. There's things that can hit you like a day later. They said, however, most of the time it's within 2 to 6 hours. So, yeah, okay, creature. I think you should change all your names to Get Fricked. No, I don't think so. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it was the Jimmy John's. The Jimmy John's was refrigerated. I ate it the day before. My wife got 2 sandwiches and one was refrigerated. So, food poisoning sucks. Been there, done that. Lived in the washroom for 12 hours. Yeah, it was rough. It scared my kids. Like, my daughter was real scared. She was worried about me. Arch Enigma with a $5 tip. Do you know if you will jump straight into Elden Ring next Friday? I want to wake up early enough to get a little ways ahead. We will probably still do a talk show, Arch Enigma. If we've learned anything, the talk show is really, really important. And like even today, it's like, let's do a talk show instead of diving into Horizon Forbidden West. Let's give people a From Friday. Let's give them a talk about the new leaks. Let's have a poll. Let's meet some new homies. We'll probably do the same thing next week. We'll just be like, hey, it's the Elden Ring release date. Here's our expectations. Here's what we're looking forward to. We'll probably trim that down to a 2-hour show. I'll probably shorten it a little bit, because I'm going to want to get in and play, baby. I'm going to want to get in and play. Get Fricked Gaming, Get Fricked First Look, Get Fricked Updates. I don't know, might have something. I don't know. I don't know if that's brand safe, like, at all. I don't know if that's brand safe at all. To be like, hey, we'd love to work with you. What's your name? Oh, it's Get Fricked Gaming. Oh, yeah, well, we're going to reevaluate. Let's see here. Glad to see you feeling better. At a shootout yesterday, I was challenged by this guy to a half-court shoot-off. Told him if I won... they had to get something for whatever I wanted. Well, I won, so to send your kid something should arrive tomorrow. Keep an eye. Oh, that's really kind. James. Thank you. That's freaking dope. Anybody who loves on my kids, man. That's a big deal. I appreciate that. I don't know if you can hear me, so I'm gonna type. Bro, thank you so much. You're going to stay up and play? Okay, so what we were going to do... what I was going to do last night is I was going to play Horizon Forbidden West at midnight to get our Reforged First Look recorded, Because we have a channel called Reforge First Look. This is Reforge Gaming, but Reforge First Look is literally just going to be like first looks at games. And I couldn't do it. I was watching Star Trek The Next Generation with my wife, and I was like falling asleep on the couch, and like I still have a little bit of discomfort at like the top of my stomach. Like it's getting like, it's almost like there's like, I guess like air or something. Last night it was really bad. Today it's much better. And I was like, bro, there's no way I can do this video for you tonight. I still feel some discomfort. I'm falling asleep in front of the TV. So I got up early this morning because I woke up at like 5:45, and I was like, I can't fall back to sleep. I was like, well, I'll get up and do it this morning. So I DM'd Creature late last night. I was like, bro, I can't do it. I'm not gonna make it. I'm like barely getting to the bathroom to like brush my teeth and go lay down, you know? Came with his tail between his legs at like 5 after midnight. Yeah, bro. This is what happened, Creature. This is what happened. I left all the lights on down here. I go upstairs. I'm like, all right, you know, I'm gonna refill my water, use the restroom, come back down. And just going up and down the stairs, I was like, I'm done. I was like, I'm done. I'm done, bro. There's nothing left. There's nothing left in the tank. I got no energy. I felt like I don't know what I felt like. Holy moly, we're having a huge day. What is going on? So many new folks. I hope you're enjoying the show. I hope you come back throughout the week. We are cruising to 12,000 subs. You guys are amazing. Yeah, it's bad. I'm that way too, Tattoos. I almost never get sick, but when I do, holy buckets, I'm on the ground. Yeah. If I keep my normal sleep schedule and not stay up to play at midnight, I get more game time in the weekend total. Well, sure. I had been sleeping all throughout the day. So I thought I won't be tired at midnight. You know what I mean? I had taken a nap at like, you know, dinner time because I wasn't eating anything. I'm still not really eating anything. Just letting my body kind of chill and drinking tons of water, right? And so it was like, I thought, oh, midnight will roll around. I'll be good. I'll have the energy. No, dude. Because I told my wife, I said, let's go down and watch something. She had this heating pad. I was like putting a heating pad on my stomach. It was like, oh, that feels so good. And then I was like watching some Star Trek Next Generation with her. And then we get into the second episode, and I'm like, my head's getting heavy. So, and by the way, if you've never been here before and you did hit subscribe, thank you so much. Let's hit the next like milestone. Oh, we just hit 300. Shoot for 400 then. Let's get as close to 400 likes as we possibly can, because there's 550 something odd people here. If 100 people all click the like button at the exact same time, we'll literally see it go from 3 to 400 like that. That'll be such a cool thing. We love to see those like milestone rollovers. Make sure you take the poll as well. So the poll at the top of the chat says this: Elden Ring new gameplay leaks. Did you see them? Will you look for them? Most of you are saying no. It's about a 70-30 split. 72% are like, no, absolutely not. And 28% are like, oh boy, I've seen him or I'm looking for him. I'm actually interested in the people that have seen him or are looking for them. A couple of people this morning have already said, I saw them and I wish I hadn't, right? I saw them and I wish I hadn't. And then there are people who saw them and thought, it's fine, I'm glad. So I'm curious what you think. Where you are on the spectrum. Did you see them? Are you going to go look for them? Why? You're currently looking for them. There you go. Currently looking for them. Have you seen the Elden Ring Twitter for starting characters? Did they say something about that? Did they say something about starting characters? Let's check. Let's take a peek here. 7 minutes ago, he chased a shadow's fate to the round table hold, and many tarnished followed thereafter. Just got like a picture of the one guy. And an hour ago, they said, nay, not yet, but the time grows short, 1 week. And they got like a little short video. And then 23 hours ago, this is what fate promised you together. Oh, these are some great pictures. I should have used some of these pictures for today. Oh, man, that would have been so good. The one on the horse? Dang it. That would have been such a better thumbnail. Yeah, I should have checked their Twitter feed. They released some really great images. You guys want to see these images? Let me show them to you. Join link is broken. Oh, I know why. Hang on. Edit com. Edit com. Join. Let's see. Join the channel, and you just got to swap out SNTR for Reforge. There we go. Okay, that should work now. You click that. That should take you to the join link. Yep, there we go. UK Stobbs with 10 months of membership. Last time I was ill, I went with the gentlest of pushes, and the world fell out. Okay, that's all the details we need, UK. Thank you. Thank you very much. We don't need much more than that. That's plenty. That is plenty. How close did we get to 400? 355. Not bad. 355 on the likes. Hey, first new member of the day. Thank you, Corey. Enjoy the dope badge and emotes. Welcome to Reforge Gaming. I appreciate that very much. If you get in our Discord and you sync your Discord and YouTube, you'll get increased access in our Discord server. If you're looking for people to play Elden Ring with, Halo, whatever, it's a great place to be. A great place to sync up your YouTube membership and your Discord account, and we greatly appreciate that. First new member of the day. Maybe that'll start a little member train get going here. And all the likes, all the subs, man. It's been great. Appreciate it very, very much. Let's see here. Anyone know where to find the leaks? Google comes up with a fat Spanish guy trolling. Yeah, well, that's not going to work. Somebody in chat said they know where they are. I do like the new layout in the Discord barrier. I do. I think it looks great. I think it looks very, very good. I love how elastic Reforge is. Like Reforge Discord at the top. It just looks so good. Train's always here. What's good, Train? What class are you going to choose for in Elden Ring? I'm going as a Wretch. I want the guy from the trailers, the Sword and Shield guy. What are they calling him now? They've changed his name like a couple of times, haven't they? How do I become a member? There's a join button. If that's not there, there's a $sign at the bottom of the chat, and you can press that, and it should have a membership option there. If not, you can use the join command in chat, ! Join. Yeah, what's the Sword and Shield guy called now? What's he called? Because wasn't he Vagabond, and now he's something else? Or now he's Vagabond. Vagabond is the quality build knight, more than likely. Yeah, he was something else before he was Vagabond. No, just once. Okay, so they've only changed his name once. Yeah, so they changed it to Vagabond. I'm sorry. It's hard to keep it all straight because, like, the one day I was looking at all the classes and some guy in chat was like, these are all wrong. And I was like, what? And he's like, they already changed all these names. I'm like, this video is like a week old. But when did the channel name change? Loosely followed you over the years. We changed it about 3 weeks ago. I did not want to go into the rest of February with the big game releases and big game launches. I just didn't want to be under that moniker anymore. It didn't make any sense. You know, it's attached to a show we don't even do anymore. We don't do like a Destiny podcast. So it's just one of those things where we wanted to chart a new path, and by charting this new path, we decided that this was a better name. Reforge is very symbolic and special to me. In light of my personal life and my professional life, we've gone through a reforging process. So that's where the name came from, and we got more coming. So just keep your ears and your eyes open. Vagabond would be a stupid name for a class unless it's the Wretch. Is the varying level of characters a way of making the game easier or harder? You can certainly make things hard on yourself, right? You certainly can by picking, I believe, Wretch. The rest of them, it's just different strengths and focuses. Here's some more continued success. Thank you. It's different strengths and focuses. So it's not like if you pick Vagabond and then somebody else picks Samurai, that one of you is going to have a significantly harder or easier time, right? I'm fairly certain if you pick Wretch, that's the one that's supposed to be like the more challenging one to be. Telling friends that are on the fence about what class to play as to just be Vagabond. Decent starter gear, safe, and good stats for a melee build. Yeah. Yes. And that to me, I don't know. There's something about picking that class and running sword and board that just feels right for my first playthrough, you know? Wretch is the best class for customizing, which, to say it another way, would be challenging for a newer player. If you're brand new to FromSoftware games, and Elden Ring is going to be your first, then you don't want something like that. You don't have the knowledge. Does that make sense? Different classes are nothing more than different starting gear and stat distribution. Yeah, but Wretch would require you to have base level knowledge of the game. Wretch will be rough at first, but you don't have wasted stats later. For sure, I would say that's for an experienced player, though. The only way that statement's true is if you know what in the heck you're doing. I don't even know this. I don't know the stats as well as I should, so there's no way I would pick Wretch. How is the lowest total stat level the best for customizing? Well, don't they give you more to spend at the beginning or something so that you can pick where you want them to go? Or no, you don't, and then as you go, you don't have any wasted. I'm not sure. You're still better off taking a class with more stats. Yeah, they don't like give you stats to spend, do they? I don't think they do. Wretch is for the second playthrough and beyond. Dave says because you point the points where you want and it's not force. Okay. Welcome back, Lono, with a 25 spot from Behemoth. The rant video in Twitter is education lesson. Chat, press the like button. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. There were some people that were misunderstanding me. They were like, wait, so I should wait until I have a PlayStation 5 to buy the game? I'm like, no. Talking about loopholes, man. It used to be in Dark Souls 3 that the Knight class was the best starting class 80% of the time, no matter what build. Knight's the precursor to the Vagabond class in Elden Ring. Yeah, it was called Knight. Now they've changed it. I mean, it's a From game, but as a new IP, I would really hope they made it so that the early game makes all starting character decisions at least playable. Well, right, and if you pick Wretch, you're signing up for no starting stats, no starting gear. You're signing up for a very, very tough start. Is Wretch the new Depraved? I'm picking that first time. Depraved in Dark Souls 1 was the most fun starter by far. I'm waiting to buy it because I get motion sickness if I play 30 FPS. Well, yeah, that I understand. I don't get motion sickness. I get a headache. People use Wretch or Depraved in Dark Souls 3 to do challenge runs at level 1. Right, because you got nothing. You got absolutely nothing. I mean, that makes sense. Is Vagabond a class? That's stupid. Vagabond means tramp. But Vagabond can mean a lot of different things, right? It doesn't have one meaning. It has a range of meaning, does it not? A person who wanders from place to place without a home or job. That's very generic. That's a nomadic anything. That could be a gypsy. That could be, in this case, some traveling warrior, some obscure, person that shows up. Vagabond just means somebody who travels around. There are probably better classes for specific builds, like a pure magic will still benefit from picking Astrologer because you get lower stats than Wretch in stats that you will never touch. Right. If you're going for a specific build, sure, then you would pick Astrologer, that's right. Because you get lower stats than Wretch in stats that you will never use. Who said Vagabond means tramp? I don't know who it was. I was just reading chat. I believe Vagabond is used in French as their word for... Oh. Right. Yeah, maybe that's where he's pulling it from. Are you French? If they have a redistribution of stats later in the game, FromSoftware resets your stats to your starting class. If you want to focus build, Wretch will give you the most flexibility in late game. Wait. No, I don't but I'm confused. I'm confused. So if you want a focused build, why wouldn't you pick the build that gives you more stats of what would be a part of that build and less stats of the stuff that wouldn't be? Like, even as you're saying, if they do redistribution, it resets you to your starting class. So I'm confused why you would do that. Like, I'm just thinking basic math here. Basic math. If you get to the end of the game, let's just make it easy to understand, and you have 50 skill points to spend, okay? Don't those 50 points, aren't they more effective if you have a class that starts out with stats in the various things that you're going to invest in? You may want to change your build later. Yeah, sure, but I mean, I guess because you get more points? So you get more points as a Wretch? Wretch is the all-rounder. He's the Mario of Elden Ring. Yes and no. Yeah, like, explain this to me. Make it make sense to me. Why would you do that? You're starting with less stats, but you're acting like you're going to have more stats later on. How is that established? Is it established at the beginning of the game? Or is it established that you just get more? So what I'm hearing is, you want a real challenge, pick a class that will have lower stats than Wretch in a build you want to use. Yeah, maybe. Wretch is harder at the beginning only. Min-maxing a Wretch is third place for every build. You don't get more points as a Wretch. He's confused. I use Deprived just because it's flexible, and I might not know exactly what I want to build towards until I start playing. Somebody said what Jason said. Jason said you don't get more points. Okay. Yo, Sean coming in with a $20 tip. That's very generous. Going Wretch, try a little bit of everything and maximize the rewarding feeling of finding things out in the world on the first run. That sense of discovery can't be created in later runs once you know where things are. Okay. No. I understand that. No. I get that. What I didn't understand was people saying that you'd have a better build in the end game or whatever. I'm like, but that doesn't make any sense. If you know going into the game you're going to go heavy into magic, would you not want to pick the class that has starting stats that help you with that late game build, right? I get what you're saying. You start with nothing. You know nothing. You're a blank slate. It's the purest way to play, right? You're a FromSoftware purist. I get that. People arguing about the stats were confusing me. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. So you have 50 levels. If you reset your build with the Wretch, you'll get all of them over classes that you'll get less. No, that's not true. You're both going to get 50. If we both get to the end of the game and I've got 50 levels and you've got 50 levels, I get all 50 to spend. And I have certain stat bars that have more starting out. It's more efficient because there are no lost stats. What do you mean lost stats? If you start on a Vagabond and you consider some of those to be lost stats because you're not going to spend any of them in there, it's not like when you pick the Wretch, you get those stats to spend. You can dictate the early level skill points, level 1 through 9 or whatever, with Wretch. What? I'm struggling. I'm struggling to understand the math here. As a sorcerer, you do not need points in strength. But, okay, track with me though, Ashen. As a sorcerer, if I pick a starting class that has higher stats in the areas where I know I'm going to be spending, is it not worth it then? 50 on top of 10 is 60. You see what I'm saying? Like, if I have 10 in a stat, and I'm going to add, 25 to it, that makes it 35. Well, if you're a Wretch, you got to spend more to get it there. The only way a Wretch is better is if you plan on using intelligent spells, faith incantations, and you plan on making use of arcane for spells as well along with melee. So if you want to respec, I'm trying to understand. I'm not being contrarian. I am genuinely trying to understand what you guys are saying. So if you want to respec your sorcerer to a dex build later, you're forced to have points in intelligence when you respec. But you didn't spend any of those points. They were there to begin with. Wretch starts at level 1, Vagabond starts at level 9. That gives me points to spend at the lower levels. Thank you, John. Now I understand. That's what I needed to know. Is that accurate, what John just said? The Wretch starts at level 1. Vagabond starts at level 9. That gives me points to spend in the lower levels. Is that accurate? Wretch starts with 10 in all stats at level 1. That is correct. That makes sense of the math for me. I was like, the math doesn't make any sense here. It doesn't make any sense. I was like, how on earth are you going to get to the end game and have more points to spend than me? Now I understand. Okay. Juan, I'm going to have to put you in timeout, Juan, because you are... I guess you Juan to be banned. I'm just gonna put you in a timeout because you're just spamming the same thing over and over. So you got to sit in a little 3 minute TT. You got to sit down for a minute. You're going crazy in my chat. That's what I was trying to say. I spoke poorly. My bad. Okay. Now I understand. You have to earn those extra points. So while you're getting 9. To get to my level, I'm past that. Eugene, but this is why their logic holds. They were saying it's harder in the early game, but when you get to the late game, if you respec, you have more flexibility because you will have 9 additional points to spend that I won't. 2 minutes, Turkish. Did you understand? Like, that's what I wasn't understanding, Eugene. I was like, how are you getting to the late game and having more points than me? That doesn't make any sense. If we played the same dadgum game, how? Well, they just explained it. They earn those 9 points and can put them wherever they want, which means if they respec late game and they get reset, there's 9 additional points in their respec. Now I understand. Because that's why I was pressing in on the math. I was like, I understand wanting to be blank slate. I understand wanting to be a pure challenge. But y'all are making sense of the math for me here. You only pick Wretch to make the game slightly harder, but generally it makes very little difference at the end game. What's max level the character can go? Oh, they released that in an interview, did they not? It's been mentioned there'll be a respec facility. This guy says bye. Bye. Thanks for stopping by. Did we roll over to 11.9? Oh, we're so close to rolling over to 11.9 on sub count. If you haven't hit the sub button yet today, you have to do that to talk in my chat. I'm here Monday through Friday doing a video game talk show. Very interactive like we're doing right now. Every Friday is From Friday. I'm a recent FromSoftware convert. We would start every Friday with a talk show like this, and then in the afternoons, I played through Dark Souls 3 and then Sekiro. My very, very first playthroughs were great. So next week, obviously, we're diving into Elden Ring. Today will be a little bit different. No FromSoftware game to play, because Horizon Forbidden West launched today, okay? So thanks for being here. Thanks for the likes, the votes, and the poll. Holy moly. 400 likes, tons of people watching still, and tons of votes on the poll. Elden Ring new gameplay leaks. Did you see them, and will you look for them? That's the poll at the top. Wretch does not have anything it's low in, so it's the worst class. Prisoner has 6 faith. If you don't use faith, then you have 4 more points than Wretch. You lost me. Hang on. Wretch does not have anything it's low in, so it's the worst class. Prisoner has 6 faith. If you don't use faith, then you have 4 more points than Wretch. I'm not tracking. I am not. I can't. I'm not drinking coffee today because of getting over food poisoning. I'm just drinking tons of water. So my brain ain't. I'm not catching that. Those points that they're talking about don't matter at that point. Replacing at level 80, 90, or 300, that extra whatever doesn't make a difference. Yo, a $5 tip from Mike onto Mike. Thank you so much, sir. Well, you say it doesn't matter, Eugene, but clearly it matters to some people. They have that obsessive min-max control. Because the Wretch starts with 10 faith. Okay, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. So what you're saying, Fortage, is that if you know definitively that you will not be using faith, then you would say it's better off to pick the prisoner. If you have all the confidence in the world that you're not touching faith for the whole playthrough, then you would pick prisoner. Is that the logic that I'm catching? Okay, exactly. Thank you. Okay, thank you. That makes sense. Now, Fortage, I think someone picking Wretch might push back and say, well, you never know. Right? You never know. You might get late game and say, oh, no, I want some of that faith. Right? Can I get a witness about having some faith? I'm just kidding. 20. That was bad. That was real bad. It was bad. That's a bad joke. I'm not sorry, though. Akuta Papa with a $20 tip says, hey, Lono, glad to see you feeling better. Yesterday just wasn't the same without you in my ear at work. Thank you for the $20 tip. I appreciate all the concern. I really did. You guys are the best. There was no way to update you on the channel. Like, I was like, what do I do? I'm not going to do a short video like, I'm dying. You pick Wretch just so you can say you win at Elden Ring with the worst character. What are you mad about, creature? Praise the sun. That's right. Wretch does have flexibility to pivot to another build, so I can see why people would pick it on first run. Okay, I shared a link in the Discord with an article that shows easy reference to classes and how they compare to Dark Souls 3 counterparts, says Kodiak. Might be worth showing on stream for general summaries. Give me 1 second. Let me try and find where you put it. Thank you. Thank you. Got it. I've got one. Come to Papa Moon. All right. Let's take a peek. Let's take a peek here, chat. While I'm taking a peek, consider all the ways you can support this channel. Subscribing is free, so is pressing the like button. You can become a member for $5 a month. It supports me directly by clicking the join button. You can buy some of my coffee. We're doing a sale on the holiday blend. It's getting low. All right, it's getting low. We're doing a Get Fricked in February special. Use code GETFRICKED to get 20% off our Frickmas blend. We don't say Merry Christmas around here. We say Merry Frickmas. And this was super popular in November, December. So we're getting rid of the final bits of inventory. 35 bags are left. So order some coffee. My Miles Morales shirts from 80s Tees, and those are disc plates. And these are Gunner Optics. Those are all great sponsors that you can support that support me. All right, let's take a peek here at what do we got? All right, so we've got okay, so let's take a look at some of the classes here so people can kind of know what in the world we're talking about. I'll make myself a little bit bigger in screen because I'm a narcissist. Okay, Vagabond. Vagabond is likely one of the easiest starting classes in Elden Ring. Most comparable to the Knight from Dark Souls, this class comes equipped with a sword and shield and has high vigor, strength, and dexterity. The Vagabond will be a good choice for anyone who wants to, approach Elden Ring in a more methodical, defensive way. How do you respec in Elden Ring? I don't know. Late game. I'm assuming. You go somewhere late game. So that's the Vagabond. Warrior is a dexterior? Golly frick. That's terrible. Dexterity. He's a dexterior. Warrior is the dexterity-focused class of Elden Ring, focusing more on dodging and positioning than defense. The class comes equipped with 2 scimitars and a light shield and has medium physical stats on top of the high dexterity. That makes it a dead ringer for the mercenary class from Dark Souls 3. Keep in mind that dual wielding means you can't block and parry, so the warrior needs to heavily focus on offense if you choose it. Yeah, Zyber, we're playing Horizon Forbidden West today. Hero, otherwise known as Tiny Face. Hero is an axe-wielding class most similar to the Bandit from Dark Souls. not to be confused with the Bandit from Elden Ring. This class comes with a very high strength and vigor as well as moderate arcane, which is a stat that can affect your likelihood of finding items. Because of the high strength stat, the hero will want to focus mostly on offense, although it still has a formidable defense. Okay, so axe wielding, similar to the Bandit, not to be confused with the Bandit in this game. High strength and vigor, moderate arcane. So, there you go. Bandit is, despite the name, Bandit shares more in common with the Thief class from Dark Souls, as it's focused on ranged and sneak attacks. They start with a dagger, parrying shield, and bow, and arrows. In terms of stats, the Bandit focuses on having high arcane and dexterity, effectively letting it sneak through areas and find items more easily than other classes. Okay, Astrologer. The Astrologer is the main offensive magic user of Elden Ring, having the highest starting mind and intelligence. Of course, this means the Astrologer is also the weakest class physically and in terms of defense. This class comes with a staff, sword, small shield, and a selection of offensive magic. The Astrologer will likely be one of the more complex starting classes in Elden Ring, and you'll want to keep that in mind, the range it needs during combat. But if you're a pro at Sorcerer in Dark Souls, you'll feel right at home here. Due to my backlog, I rarely ever buy brand new games. This will be my first purchase of a brand game in over a year. I understand that. Totally understand that. Prophet. The Prophet has the highest faith of any starting class and focuses on offensive attacks bolstered by holy incantations. Starting equipment is a spear, finger seal for magic casting, and a small shield. While the Prophet initially has a low health pool and terrible armor, its real strength lies in using incantations to bolster its offensive and defensive capabilities. That sounds pretty similar to Cleric in Dark Souls, even when it comes to the bowl cut. If you want to play the Prophet, you'll need to manage your FP well, ensuring you'll be able to use magic at all times. Yo, what's good, Abe? Glad that Barrier's food didn't kill you? Yeah, I'm okay. Would the Astronomer be good for a brand new player for just magic in Elden Ring? Listen. Now then, what's good, Kane? If there's a couple of things I want to say, Sorcerer. Sorcerer's taking interest in magic. Who would have thought? From the way they described it, I would not recommend it to a new player. I wouldn't. Now, I know there's busted, broken magic builds that always emerge in these games. I know. I get it. I know that's a thing. Okay? However, I just don't know. They said it's pretty complex. It sounded like it wasn't going to be like an easy. Now again, we're taking their recommendation with a grain of salt. Like, let me go back here and see what they say. They said that the Astrologer will likely be one of the more complex starting classes, and you'll want to keep in mind the range it needs during combat. But if you're a pro at Sorcerer in Dark Souls, then you'll feel right at home. So I don't know. It's the weakest physically and in terms of defense. So you're gonna die. You're gonna die fast. You're gonna be a glass cannon. So, I don't know. One of the worst things you could probably do in Elden Ring, if you're brand new, is pick a class that's going to die quickly. Does that make sense? Like, I don't know. You're going to die a lot as it is, but if you're going to pick a class that's going to be, like, rife with quick early deaths, I don't know. I would just take some caution. Samurai. Samurai is one of the stranger and more complex starting classes in Elden Ring. It's heavily offensive focused with high dexterity and medium strength, endurance, mind, and vigor. While the other classes can grow stronger in the long run, Samurai seems to be one of the stronger classes right out of the gate. One of the biggest strengths of the class is its equal ability at both close range and long range, as it comes equipped with a katana, longbow, round shield, and both bone arrows and flame arrows. This one's similar to the assassin or mercenary with some obvious samurai design choices. Samurai sounds awesome. If you're just tuning in, there was Elden Ring new gameplay leaks. We are not showing them or discussing them. We've discussed them very generically, so no spoilers. We want to know, did you see them or will you go look for them? That's what the poll at the top of the chat is about. If it's your first time ever being here, this is what we do. We do a video game talk show Monday through Friday. We break things down. I am safe for work, so you can subscribe in confidence. Thanks for being here today. The like button and the subscribe button are free to push, and it helps me out. And then I'll be in your sub feed Monday through Friday doing a talk show like this. A lot of people throw me on in the background of their workday like video game radio, so thank you so much for being here. Prisoner, or, Mr. Bill. Oh no! The Prisoner is easily the strangest looking class in Elden Ring, and it's effectively a spell sword, blending sword play and magic, even though its look is totally reminiscent of the Deprived from Dark Souls. Of course, this means the class has fairly high dexterity and intelligence, and it starts with an S-stock, or a large sword, staff, and shield. The Prisoner starts with 2 spells, Heal and Beast Claw, which lets the user send a sort of shockwave along the ground. Griffith? Why are people putting the word Griffith in chat? Is that a character that shows up in previous games, and that's what this guy looks like? Griffith did nothing wrong. Yeah, I'm assuming that's what this is. Is it like a FromSoftware meme, reoccurring character thing? The Confessor. Confessor is the easiest class to make a jack of all trades, as it has decent physical abilities and different incantations to use. It's a Berserk reference. Oh. Now I'm going to see Mr. Bill always. Yeah, it looks like Mr. Bill. Oh, it's from anime. I mean, I've told you guys before, I don't watch children's cartoons. Like I don't have time for that. I'm kidding. Don't unsub and leave. Come on, you weebs, don't be so sensitive. Don't be so sensitive. If you watch these great heroic tales, you should be able to deal with a little bit of guff from me. Okay, so its starting stats have high faith, and medium strength, and vigor. And equipment includes a broadsword, kite shield, and a finger seal. It's magic using item. Confessor is a good starting choice, and you essentially have 2 options on development. Focus on high faith and incantations, or the aforementioned jack of all trades. Therefore, this one seems to riff on the Wanderer Dark Souls class with some cleric flavor. And for that reason, I'm out. Viewership went up. I should make fun of anime more often. All right, Wretch. Functionally, the Wretch is the equivalent of the Deprived in Dark Souls, as it starts at level 1 and has no real bonuses or strengths. It's a class mostly intended for those who want to add an additional challenge to the game. We call them FromSoftware sadists. I added that. That's not in the article. But it also allows for more freedom in progression. All Wretches start with only a club for equipment. Just make sure you know what you're getting into if you choose this class. Yep. So there you go. So those are the classes in Elden Ring. If that helps you out, make a decision for next week on who you're going to choose. I'm pretty confident. I'm pretty confident. If you don't know who Mr. Bill is, go to here. I'll show you guys. Mr. Bill. Mr. Bill. Oh no. So he was like a claymation thing they did. Was it on SNL? Where do they do that? It was a claymation thing they did on some show. And when I see the Prisoner, that's all I see. That's all I see. You ready? It's basically the same picture. You see? This is the same. It's the same guy. They use the same mold. Why is that the first one? What happens to him? Is he getting... Wow, Fuzzy. Wow, Fuzzy. Wow. Can't wait to cancel you in 10 years, you absolute horrible person. Google Griffith with mask. All right, hang on. Fuzzy putting Mr. Bill blackface in my chat, in my Discord. What is it? Griffith with mask. I'm looking here. I'm getting all kind of different stuff. I probably need to put Dark Souls. Oh no, not Dark Souls. I need to put Berserk. Berserk. That's not working. Children's cartoon. No, that's not working either. Peter Pan syndrome. No. I'm trying to find a good picture. There aren't good pictures of this guy. I think my Mr. Bill call-out's better, personally. Right, here we go. Whatever the frick this is. Apparently this. Just search hentai. No, I'm not searching for that. I don't need that in my life right now. And today we'll be learning how to properly Google photos. Yeah, I put Berserk Griffith mask. You think that looks like that? No, Mr. Bill. Straight up, 1-to-1 match. Mr. Bill. Sorry. You know. I know it's hard to be wrong, you know. Surely some child has a good crayon picture online. Do not look up Berserk Eclipse. I'm not wandering from that. Mr. Bill was on SNL. I thought it was SNL, but then I thought that might have been a Mad TV thing, you know? They just always beat him up and he would get hurt and crushed and, you know, run over by stuff. Oh no! What would be the closest build to an enchanted knight? An enchanted knight? I'm gonna guess, and people in chat might have to weigh in that are more of an expert than me. I would think that you would want to pick the Confessor, and then build it your own way. Because the Confessor starts with high faith and medium strength and vigor, and he gets a broadsword, kite shield, and the finger seal. He's a good starting choice, and essentially you have two options. Focus on high faith and incantations, or the aforementioned jack of all trades. This one is like the Wanderer with a cleric flavor. So you might pick the Confessor and like make your own. Would be my guess. Good. How's everybody else feeling? Oh, okay. Just hoping that it was food poisoning and not something else. Like a stomach bug, you know? Yeah. Somebody would have it, right? I just... toast and a banana, maybe? I don't know. No, not nothing. That's true. Yeah, something like that. If you have a chance today to get any bananas. I had one this morning. It was fine. It was fine. I like when the bananas are really ripe. I like that. When they're not ripe at all, it's like I feel like I'm eating a toy. When they're green, they don't even smell like a banana. It smells like a piece of plastic. All right, chat. I'm not doing a new poll. Weigh in here.
Banana or black banana?
Weigh in here.
You want the banana to look down in
I didn't say black. I said I want it to be ripe.
You want it to look like they just picked it from a tree?
Go with some heavy pasta for lunch. Let's get that going. Brown bananas are the best for you. I love barely ripe bananas. Oh, When they're barely ripe, they don't even smell right. It doesn't smell like a banana. Confessor will be a good class to jumpstart faith. To get, I thought you were making like an innuendo. That's what I was like. Oh, to jumpstart faith to get a healing miracle without sacrificing much damage. Okay, so barely ripe. Yeah, I'm seeing barely ripe, overripe, over not ripe. Not ripe is green. Ripe, yellow. Rice would be good. Yeah, some kind of like a noodle-based meal would be amazing. Just like some like buttery noodles or something. I don't know. Just so you know, Miyazaki loves Berserk, the children's cartoon. I know, I poke. I'm just poking fun. Yellow bananas, the day brown spots show up. Just a little green. Yeah, look how split we are. There's no creature says almost black. Someone said rotting. Egg noodles fried in butter. I ain't thought I have it be fried. We don't have any egg noodles in the house. Egg allergy in the home. Yellow with tiny amounts of brown spots on the peel. Yeah. It has to be. It has to be. They're literally when it's not ripe and it's got a little bit of green on it, it's hard. It's like a piece of plastic and it doesn't even smell right. There's something wrong at that point. It's like this doesn't even smell appropriate. Is that the word? It's like I'm eating a prop. You know what I mean? When they eat a prop on a show, they like pick up the plastic apple and take a bite of it. That's what I feel like I'm doing when I take a bite out of a non-ripe banana. Just like peanut butter toast, maybe? Yeah, peanut butter toast and a banana. That'll be fine. I had one this morning. When you buy bananas that are already yellow and brown, you're paying to win. That's totally pay to win, dude. It's totally pay to win. What? Little chubby legs. Little chubby legs with those knee socks. It's so cute. Look like a little fat rhino's leg. Same with pears. They need to be a little bit soft to be perfect. Yeah, pears are odd. Pears are either good or you feel like you're eating a piece of a person. You're like, what did I just eat? Like, I don't know. Yeah, it feels like you're eating human flesh or something. Pears are weird. I don't know. Sorry, chat. We're getting dark. We're losing the audience. Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back. So the question was a magic wielding knight. I said Confessor. Does anybody have a better recommendation than Confessor? Just because I feel like you could use both with this guy. Or was there one up here that would be more like a paladin or like a mage knight? Maybe the warrior? 2 scimitars, medium physical stats. Dead ringer for mercenary. It's definitely not Vagabond. Vagabond warrior. Maybe the... Christopher Wright wants 500 likes on the video. You think Vagabond would be the best? Asian pears are big like a grapefruit, super crunchy, never soft. Oh, that actually sounds good. Confessor or Prisoner? Okay, so people are recommending Prisoner. Okay, hang on. Let's take a look. I said Confessor. Prisoner is easily the strangest looking class, effectively a spell sword, blending swordplay and magic. Here you go. That's your answer. Even though its look is totally reminiscent of the Deprived, of course this means the class has fairly high dex and intelligence, and it starts with an S-stock, or a large sword, staff, and a shield. Prisoner starts with 2 spells, heals, and beast claw. There you go. Prisoner is who you're looking for, not the Confessor. Helix coming in with 2 months of membership. Thank you very much. Morning, everyone. Finally figured out how to send these milestones in chat. Who's stoked for the new Transformers trilogy? Wait, what? Who's in charge of that? Just a friendly reminder for those who want to use straight weapons. 2-hand weapons add 1.5 strength. So if your stat doesn't match it, you can still use the weapon? What? Wasn't the E-stock a rapier? I don't know. That's an alien? Yeah. He looks really sad. He doesn't look happy to be in there. You know? His depth perception's got to be terrible. My gosh. Like, I wonder if when you swing, like, the hitbox detection's terrible on this guy. Just running into walls, you know? Constantly bumping into people. That guy's a jerk. You get a hole to see and a hole to eat. Yeah, that's it. That's all he gets. That's all he's got. Bananas are actually going through a bit of a crisis at the moment. We only eat one type and it's been hit by disease that's destroying crops. Oh, that's terrible. Come at him from the right and he's done. Yeah, it's like, you know, actually, no, that is his right. Coming at his right. No, that is his right. It would come in at his left. Yeah, you like sneak up on his left. He's like, is someone there? He's just dead. Like, huh? He like goes to turn. You know, you just duck behind him. Kane says, I never use magic in FromSoft games. I would never even know where to start. Yeah, I know. I remember when I was playing through Dark Souls, people were like, oh man, a magic build is so OP here, or a magic build is so crazy against this boss. And I was like, I don't think I touched a single magic spell. I think I imbued my sword with lightning like one time. And that was it. That was all I did. That was all I did. So I don't know. Mick said the same thing to Rocky, but Rocky ended up winning anyway. Transformers Rise of the Beast will be released theatrically in 2023 and is the first of 3 new installments. A new animated series from Nickelodeon arrives this fall, and in 2024, the franchise expands further with a CG animated Transformers theatrical film. Oh, Pew as Aloy? I don't know. She might be a little, I don't know. She's very pretty. Aloy is pretty, but in a different way. I don't know. That might not work. That might not work. Because Aloy is certainly a pretty character. Hey! Somebody else ordered some coffee, a bag of dark, and 2 bags of Frickmas. They got the discount. Smiley, using that code GETFRICKED. Get fricked in February. Didn't someone say Faith was strong in Elden Ring? Not missing. I've messed around with good magic builds. They're boring. No satisfaction at all. Well, that was the thing that always struck me, is people would talk about magic builds in Dark Souls as if they were broken. You know what I mean? They would always talk about them as if they were like broken or busted. So that's why I was like, well, I don't want to use something like that. You know? Magic is boring in Souls games. The FOV for the character should be reduced. When you start off in Magic, you need at least a sword and be good at running and hiding like a coward. Get freaking fricked! But whacking a 2-hand sword around like a Neanderthal is very interesting. They're boring because they're broken and OP. The issue with Magic is it's super stat dependent. Magic in Demon Souls is broken. Oh, I guess that's supposed to be banana bread. That's why they're boring. No risk, way too much reward. Yeah, I mean, a lot of what you do in a Dark Souls game and an Elden Ring game is you take all that risk. You know, you get in the ring. You know, you got to get up close. You got to get your hits in. Oh. If you're new and you're just tuning in, we are discussing Elden Ring new gameplay leaks, and we got a poll at the top of the chat asking, you know, did you see them, or are you even looking for them? That's the question of the day. We usually have a poll at the top of the chat. We have an interactive live stream talk show that we do all of the time here, and we appreciate you being here. we every Friday do something called From Friday, which is what we're doing right now. Typically after the From Friday talk show in the morning, we play a FromSoftware game, but this afternoon we don't have a FromSoftware game to play. We will be playing Horizon Forbidden West instead because it launches today, and there was no. We basically just finished Sekiro, and we just recently messed around with Dark Souls 3 before that. So we beat Dark Souls 3 for the first time, and we beat Sekiro for the first time. And since we don't have a FromSoftware game to play today, we'll be playing Horizon Forbidden West. Now, people have asked about Dark Souls 3 DLC, like Kane is asking. There's all sorts of different bosses and stuff in the games. There's obviously things we can do on From Friday going forward, but it just didn't make any sense to do that with we had 2 weeks in between when I beat Sekiro and when Elden Ring comes out. And last week, what did we play last week? Did we play was it the Uncharted game, or was there something else we played last week? Last week was the release date of Lost Ark, even though we've been playing it all week. Last week on Friday was the release date of Lost Ark, and today's the release date of Horizon Forbidden West. So it didn't make an ounce of sense to, like, in those 2 weeks, step on the toes of other big launches and play what? It wouldn't have made any sense. So we're going to, obviously, Elden Ring is going to dominate From Fridays for the foreseeable future, as well as, good portions of the week as well. So, tell you what, I'm going to take a quick break and get my top off my water and use the restroom. I'm getting over some food poisoning, so I'm drinking water like crazy, which means I got to use the restroom. So you might see some ads while I step away. Be sure to take the poll, smash the like button, get us to 500 likes. Use all the different commands and ways to support the channel. Even the Amazon command works, because if you're going to buy anything on Amazon, you can use my affiliate link and it does support me. Or shirts, glasses, displays, all the things. So I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Okay, I'm back. Oof. Just move to a region that doesn't get ads. Or you can do YouTube Premium. I turned off ad blocker for Lono's channel since he called me a thief and a scum. Yeah, I agree. I think she's the best pick for Aloy if they did a movie. Yeah. Rose Leslie. Yeah. She even kind of looks like her. Call me a thief and call me scum. I don't want to steal money from Lono, so I'll allow ads. That's right. Yeah, YouTube Premium, I still get credit as if you saw the ads, but, you know, you don't have to see them. That's the beauty of it. So, let's see here. Well, the poll has shifted. It was a strong 75-25. It's now 70-30. So the Elden Ring new gameplay leaks. Did you see them or will you look at them? It's now a 70-30. So it looks like more people have come in throughout the day and said, "Yeah, I'm looking for them." You know, or I've seen them. You know, that's definitely a thing that we're seeing in the poll, is that it shifted a little bit. So it's not surprising that at least a portion of the audience is saying that. It's not surprising because if you think about it, you're coming to a channel. You're coming to a channel that is literally talking about it. So it's like, I would imagine if you're coming to the channel. Now, again, we put no spoilers, you know, right on the front of the thumbnail. So that to me is likely why we got a lot of people to click that were like, "No, I'm not looking," which would make sense. This should be sorted by date added newest. There we go. And then let me go back to my little home here. This is an L in my book. Exclusive Rise of Beast adds Pearl Mutations as voice of Optimus Primal. Why is that an L? Why do people not like Ron Perlman for the voice of Optimus Primal? Because you know they're going to do digital effects to his voice anyway. You know what I'm saying? Then it's not going to just be his raw voice. Like the guy they had before, you think that was just like his voice? Doubt. Severely doubt that's just his like normal old voice. Because Optimus Primal sucks. Oh. It was his voice? Oh, come on. They did stuff. What time you playing Horizon Forbidden West? Well, truth be told, I need to schedule it. I need to schedule the stream. I haven't scheduled the stream yet. B, Optimus Primal sucks. C, Optimus Primal sucks. Yeah, I've not scheduled the next stream. So at the top of the hour, we'll probably be shifting into it. The next FromSoftware game, probably Armored Core. Yeah, they've all but confirmed that Armored Core is the next game. Yeah. Yep. That was a leak. We covered that a while ago. Bloodborne is trending on Twitter for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe people are like hoping that they get a remaster or a 60, which that's been shot down. That's if they're going to do anything with Bloodborne, it's not happening anytime soon. They didn't put effects on his voice, just like they don't put effects on those movie ad voices. Have you seen the new Elden Ring ads? Well, they've been tweeting. a bunch of like little previews like this. Let me move myself to the other side. So they've been tweeting previews. So the Wretch and the Prophet. The Wretch is a poor, purposeless sod, naked as the day they were born. A nice club is all they have. And then Prophet, a seer, ostracized for inauspicious prophecies, well-versed in healing incantations. And then they sent this. But then right below it, they sent this, the 1 week trailer. And then these are really great. Let's take a look at these. Ah, no, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Get these images in a new tab. Yeah, that's nice. Let me get out of the way here. I like that. That looks really good. That's one of the fights. That's one of the earliest fights they showed us when people's tech test stuff started rolling out. This guy's gonna use some magic. They actually put Elden Ring ads on YouTube. Oh, yeah, I've not seen any of them. I run YouTube Premium, so I won't see them. Yeah, so they've done that, and then they posted these images. And then the Red Bull thing. And then down here they have the Confessor and the Samurai. So yeah, I mean they've been tweeting stuff out. Oh, you got one when you stepped away? Yeah, I can run ads when I take a break like that, and it's not surprising on an Elden Ring stream that you got Elden Ring ads. Do you know what I mean? So, if you're just tuning in, we've been discussing the Elden Ring new gameplay leaks, and we were curious with the poll at the top of the chat. Most people, 71% saying no, they've not seen them and they won't be seeking them out. But close to 30, 29%, basically a 70-30 split. 30% have said yes, they did see them or went and looked for them. So curious, those who saw it, what you thought. A couple people said they regretted it, wish they hadn't done it. A couple people said it was worth it. They were glad they did. So anyone have a hard time buying from that media group that owns them, ain't likely to let them go. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna see a FromSoftware, buyout or anything like that. I don't think so. Reputable FromSoftware leaker on ERA states that there is neither a Bloodborne remastered patch, PC port, nor a sequel in development. Yeah, it's a bummer because they have a company that could do it, right? They have the, what is it, Blue Point or whatever the name is. Like, they could definitely do it if they wanted to, but for whatever reason, it's not happening. It's hard. I mean, it's hard to know. It could be a rights thing. It could be a motivation thing. Because Sony could want to do it, but it could be tied up. There could be a rights issue with, hey, we'd love to have Blue Point remaster this, and maybe they can't. I don't know. I thought Bloodborne was like Sony property. Bloodborne is probably trending because Shigeru Yoshida said he played an unannounced Souls-like game. Since he's a big PlayStation exec, people are hoping it's Bloodborne. He played an unannounced Souls-like game. So it's unannounced. Huh. Got AOA on sale recently. Thought to myself I would have been disappointed had I been waiting for DLC and paid full price. Felt light compared to Ring City. So if Sony owns the Bloodborne IP, then I don't know why they wouldn't be having Blue Point remastered. It would sell. It would completely outsell Demon Souls. Do you know what I'm saying? If they had Blue Point remastered to the level that they remastered Demon Souls, it would absolutely outsell. It would outsell Demon Souls, no problem. Bloodborne remastered would sell like crazy. Yeah, Blue Point's working on an original IP, so I mean, maybe they'll shift them over eventually. I don't know, but yeah, a remastered Bloodborne would be absolutely insane. I'd get a PS5 just for a Bloodborne remaster. Yeah, it every time we talk about FromSoftware games, that one always comes up as the best. Can't believe you won't play it, Lono. Oh, even though it's 30 FPS, you should play it. You know, I mean, that is the clear front-runner favorite for FromSoftware games. Like, no doubt. No doubt. And yeah, a PC port would be just as good. I mean, obviously, they would probably have a vested interest in bringing it to the PlayStation 5 first. That would be my thought. You wouldn't want to undercut just how well it would do on PS5, bring it to PC too soon. That I think would be a mistake. You know, you would likely really hurt the game's potential reception on PlayStation if they allow them to do that. Okay. Just because FromSoftware isn't doing anything with Bloodborne doesn't mean Sony isn't. Right, like FromSoftware wouldn't be the ones doing it. That's the thing I think people don't realize, is that like Sony has companies literally to do remasters and ports. Like they have companies that is the literal reason that they hired them. I heard Dark Souls 3 was better than Bloodborne by plenty of folks. Oh, I don't know. Every time this comes up, I feel like Bloodborne wins. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that there aren't FromSoftware fans that would pick, they would do what you're saying. They would pick it. They would pick Dark Souls 3 for sure. But every time the prominent front burner winner when we have these discussions is Bloodborne. Far and away. Oh, I forgot to save all these images. I'll just have to do this for now. Wait, did you take that one and use it? Which one did you use? Okay, cool. Save images. Live. Okay. And thumb. Horizon Forbidden West. Gameplay Forbidden West news. Yeah, I guess that's fine. And we'll do that. Come up here to Part 1. All right. I'm just scheduling the Forbidden West stream. Okay. Live chat replay. Subscribers of any duration. Next. Noon. Okay. Here's the idea. Track with me on this. People want another Bloodborne or a remaster. Sony just bought this company because of the live service experience. Now here's an idea. What if Sony's going to make another Bloodborne versus live service to the sequel? Why are you typing that, Murph? Did you hit your head? Did you hit your head, bro? Okay. Thanks, creature. All right, let me get this set up so that it redirects when the time comes, which is not now. Red's fine, maybe. I mean, you know me, right? You know me. Like, I'm all about some live service. Like, I think that's where things are going. People hate my Elden Ring live service theory. They hate it. So you know me. I'm all about some live service. But Bloodborne, though? I don't know about that. Popped in the Zero Dawn for that sweet 60 FPS looking amazing. Can't wait for Forbidden West on my TV. Yeah, I know. It's going to be really hard not to hook the PlayStation 5 up in my living room and play off stream. You know? It's going to be tough not to. You don't want a sequel without Miyazaki. That's how you get vanilla Dark Souls 2. Don't tease the From kids. They get pitchforky, says Zubair. They can. Bloodborne was the worst FromSoftware game. By the way, I've never played a FromSoftware game. Yeah. Hold on, wait a minute. I told you it was a crazy idea. I didn't say it was a smart idea. Okay. Just because you preface something with being crazy, come on. It's gorgeous. Yeah, when I was recording the first 25 minutes this morning, Eugene, I was blown away. I was like, this is way better looking. I was looking at everything. I was very impressed. I'd rather not have a Bloodborne sequel if it's not by From. Bluepoint kind of does since they rebuild Demon Souls from the ground up. You may enter the From cult, but you may never leave. I ain't afraid of no pitchfork, says Mo. Good morning, Lono. A real countdown until Elden Ring starts here. That's right, Tony. If you guys are looking for Elden Ring release date coverage, we will be doing a talk show next week and then jumping in. And today, when we play Horizon Forbidden West, we'll be playing on the PS5. That is the plan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 coffee orders today. Anybody want to round that out to 10? 9 coffee orders. We're getting down to the final bastion of the Frickmas blend, by the way. This year, the holiday blend. The Frickmas blend is now final 33 bags. The final 33 bags. It's getting down there. Using that Get Fricked code for 20% off. They used the core game mode and rebuilt the graphics. It's still the same PS3 code underneath. What, for the Demon Souls remake? That wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. It was a little rough. Not rough. I'm saying the mechanics, the rolling, and all of that still felt like a slightly older game when I played it. At least that's how I felt about it. $10 likes to 500. Hey, we only need 10 more likes to 500. Let's go. Gonna be tough. I have next Friday off, and I'll be knee deep in Elden Ring when you start. I'll check in on restroom breaks. Hey, you can always throw me on in the background and turn the volume down real low. You know what I mean? That helps too. A lot of folks bail when we do gameplay because they don't want spoilers. But you can throw the stream on, just turn it down. Don't get any spoilers. Still supports the stream. And then, after you're ahead of me or you've played a bunch, you can always go back and rewatch the VOD to see what I did. Maybe I did something different than you know? Bloodborne was a closed game. It doesn't need a sequel. What would they cover? The hunt starts up again. They added to Demon Souls, says Eugene. What do they add to Demon Souls? I'd like to see another Bloodborne, but it isn't tough. But it's tough because it ended well. I think most people would just be satisfied with the Bloodborne remaster, especially all the people on PC or PlayStation 5 owners. We get a digital or physical copy of Elden Ring on Friday. I'm going to go digital. I'm going to start on the PS5. Just if there's any issues with the PC servers, I don't want to be on PC. Starting out. I'm probably going to end up with players on multiple platforms. Because I think we're going to do a lot with the game. Playing with you guys, playing with the community, all that, Because I think there's elements to the Elden Ring gameplay like content loop that could be really fun with other people, even if we're getting, you know, stream sniped and invaded. That might get old, but a few items, secret room, an entire enemy type that changes the way you interact with the world, tendency of each world. Huh. You're going to pre-order digital to get the adventure guide? What's the adventure guide? Bloodborne on PC would basically be a money printer. You got to think about how popular Bloodborne is, and then how many, like, how the PC gaming community is just mushrooming. Demon Souls had a mirror mode that flipped the world. I don't know how many people played through that, though. Is it cross-platform, or do I need to make new characters if I plan on switching platforms? It's not cross-platform. No. What kind of build? I'm going to pick the Vagabond for my very first playthrough and just go sword and board, just sword and shield. If you're new and just tuning in and haven't caught most of the show, we are about 2 hours into the live show, and at the top of the chat, we have almost 2,000 votes on the poll. Make sure you vote. Elden Ring new gameplay leaks. Did you see them, or will you look for them? It's a 70-30 split. 70-30 split. Creature, just hide those guys. I had one just yesterday on split screen. It's just a troll. Don't even reply. Hide them. That is not a real person. That's not a that he's got like 3 or 4 accounts he's doing it with. Digital Adventure Guide. The Adventure Guide provides you with important information about the lands between, giving players a handy guide to read while exploring the world. Really? I'm starting to want to look for the leaks. Resist the temptation. Don't do it. Don't. Will Elden Ring be cross-platform? No, it is not cross-platform. They've not said anything about it post-launch. But, yeah. Just got my copy of Horizon. Now for the fun PS4 install. Oof. Oof. Sick of the third-party AAA titles not offering cross-platform play. A reliable FromSoft insider already says he has not heard anything related to a Bloodborne sequel in the works. Yeah, there's a difference between a Bloodborne sequel and a Bloodborne remaster, because a Bloodborne remaster could be being spearheaded by Sony. And so I would think that if Sony was doing it, FromSoftware would probably know. I don't know. I would think they would know. They wouldn't be like in the dark, like, oh no way. I love when Guerrilla does the they made animated GIFs from memes with the characters. I love it. I absolutely love it. You guys want to see these? Hang on a second. Let me pull them up. I love when companies do this. They did it with they did a couple with Ghost of Tsushima that were really good. They were really good. Okay, so first here we've got the one from The Office where they're all dancing like Oscars. She's doing Oscars dance moves, right? I love when they do this. And then wait, hang on. Did they do another one? Oh, I think they replied with another one. Yeah, right here. Aaron doing It's True. So they did the Office ones. I love when companies do that. I think that's fun. You just take the characters, put them in a little animation environment, and turn them into the famous GIFs, famous GIF memes, I guess. Only thing I truly want to know about the Greatsword, it looks like Zangetsu from Bleach, is that footage that was given content creators to show off. It has that sweeping weapon art. Have they said anything about cross-generation? Oh, now that I don't know, Tony. Does anybody know? Has FromSoftware said anything about Elden Ring cross-gen? Like if you're on a PlayStation 4 and I'm on a PlayStation 5. That feels like we'd be able to play together. My gut instinct tells me we'd be able to play together. I heard they were doing original as well, but at the same point, I feel Bloodborne Remaster will happen. I think it's bound to happen. Just, it might take a while. Cross-gen play exists, says Wheezy. Okay, yeah, my gut said, like, why wouldn't you be able to do that? You know, but... I heard it's a no. I gotta tell you, my water bottle is currently being cleaned. And when you switch to a plastic bottle to drink water from, instead of like the one I have upstairs, it's like, I think it's like stainless steel. It makes a huge difference. Like, it just tastes, I can't do it. It's truly awful. It doesn't keep it as cold, and it just doesn't taste right. The Bowers is saying here is a no. Spencer saying cross-gen is a thing. Yes. Cross-generational play is happening, not cross-platform. Okay. Okay. There's like a fuzz on the mic. Probably aluminum. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Like, this is a good water bottle. It's a Contigo. I use a Contigo, thermos or mug every morning. I like Contigo, but it just doesn't taste right. The water tastes weird. What I heard while at GameStop when discussing it, unless they meant no cross-platform. We'd be watching any Vadavidia videos before the game comes out. We already checked out one of Vadi's videos last week alongside of a bunch of others. I don't necessarily want to do that every single week, though. Like, just sit there and watch gameplay. You know what I mean? Sony pocketing all the money, not supporting their devs. Naughty Dog was just 300 people 2 years ago. However, they were already at 623 people, and it's confirmed that 66 people are expected to be hired. What's going on? Well, because they're getting yeah, the Sony, I'm telling you. We saw the budget for Horizon almost tripled. Horizon Forbidden West budget almost tripled from the first game. They invest heavily. So when I went on my rant about people doing that $10, loophole or whatever, I was as serious as a heart attack. I was like, you guys, this is not good. A couple 100,000 people do this, and you're going to hurt their profit margins. And now Sony may look at it with open eyes and say, well, some of that's on us. Look at the number of people who bought it on PlayStation 4 and inexplicably are playing it on the PlayStation 5, an hour later. But yeah, who made Horizon? Guerrilla. Do you know anyone in retail that has the game early? No, I don't. The chemicals in certain plastic gets into the water and trace them out. Stainless steel cups are the best. Yeah. Off topic. What world are you in Lost Ark? What world? We're in North American Eastern Service. We're on Qatar. This makes me feel better. The Bumblebee movie was so disappointing. I liked the Bumblebee movie. I mean, I think Haley Steinfeld is adorable, so that probably helped. But I thought the Bumblebee movie was actually pretty good. It kind of surprised everybody, didn't it? I think people assumed the Transformers movies were kind of going downhill, and then the Bumblebee movie was kind of a pleasant surprise. Carda, I'm sorry. Let me check it here. Bumblebee, a 90% on Tomato Meter, and a 74% from the audience. Yeah, Bumblebee did fine. That's actually a pretty good disparity between the critics and the audience. The critics gave it a 90, and the audience gave it a 74. Rotten Tomatoes. I liked it. I think she is fantastic. She is wonderful. Haley, I hope Haley Steinfeld stays on like a nice good path with her career. Because she landed in Marvel, and that's a big win. That's a big win for her. She was in True Grit. She was in the movies with Anna Kendrick. I like Anna Kendrick a lot too. And she was in Bumblebee. When I saw her in True Grit, I said, this girl's going places. Good night. So talented. Bumblebee was very surprisingly way better than all the main movies. Yeah. Sorry to anyone that is currently an employee or was a great employee. The Gamestops by my parents and the one by me are just awful. Oh, yeah. Saying Pokemon should have cloud save. It doesn't. I know it doesn't. Thank goodness I insisted on at least transferring that data manually. Don't trust GameStop employees. Oh, that would have been really frustrating. Bumblebee was the closest to the G1 than the Bay versions. Yeah. Yeah, I just thought it was a great movie. I really did. I don't know. It's a great story, but personally, I enjoy all the action in the previous movies. I just thought they did a good job. You switch the lead to a female lead successfully, which is really freaking hard to do these days because it's either token, like totally forced, right? And then he gets a bunch of valid criticism that gets thrown out as being sexist. But this was genuinely just like, no, she's the lead, and she killed it. She's so good. She was so good in Hawkeye, I was like, yeah, you can go ahead and have her come back as often as you want. Because she's great. To be young as she was and stand next to Bridges and Damon and Brolin, yeah. Goes toe-to-toe with those guys. Those are some powerhouses. Base grade for action ends there. Scumbag. Yeah. Yo, what just happened? Is YouTube taking a dump? I didn't have any issues on my end, but it looks like we did on Yeah, I've been steady. We are on a really good ingest server today. I can tell by the bit rate. Oh, we are streaming on Spectrum. Interesting. I'm surprised we haven't dropped any frames today. I moved the cable. So I could upload the first look this morning nice and quick for Creature, and we have a much better connection to the ingest server this morning. I wonder if some of the issues we've had is AT&T, between AT&T and the and whatever routing I got, because we have a really smooth connection. I can tell by looking at the bit rate. It doesn't fluctuate as much. She was good in Ender's Game. Oh, I forgot she was in Ender's Game. And Pitch Perfect. Yeah. I like Anna Kendrick, but not enough to watch Pitch Perfect. Like, I really like Anna Kendrick, but I can't. I wouldn't be able to watch Pitch Perfect. I wouldn't be able to get through it. I just need Anna Kendrick to do, like, more serious roles. Like, not that that's not a serious role, but you know what I'm saying. Elden Ring, it burns. Yeah. Yep. Are the ingest servers distributed like a CDN? No idea, man. No idea. Look, I remember back in November you were forecasting 12K by the time Elden Ring rolled around, and here we are. Did I really? Did I really forecast 12K? I knew we wanted 10K going into January. Watch The Accountant. I liked her in Up in the Air. The Accountant. Is that the one with the woman? She's like helping. There's all those gifs of those two together. Is that the one? When Sekiro came out, I used a VPN to download the game early from Japan on Steam. Oh, really? Well, it's trash. Never seen it, though. That's it. Lono, 50-50. Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Anna Kendrick in a more serious role. I've not seen that. I watched your first look. Holy moly, they improved the graphics a lot more than I expected. Yeah, I tried to highlight that in the video. I tried to show, like, hey, this game, they did some good stuff with this thing, man. They did some good stuff. It looks very good. How close to 12K are you? We blasted into 11.9 today. We're like 80 subs away from 12K. We just blasted past 10. If you like Anna Kendrick, you got to watch A Simple Request if you haven't seen it. Seems like a bomb at first, but it's actually really smart. Oh, it's Ben Affleck and Anna Kendrick. Huh. I put in 2 hours last night to make sure I stayed ahead of you. I don't know if you're going to be able to stay ahead of me today, Zubair. I'm doing 3 parts today. I'm doing part 1, part 2, and then tonight I'm doing part 3 because Hilly can't stream tonight. So, I don't know. 2 hours ain't going to be enough. Also has John Bernthal, Daredevil and Punisher on screen together again. Oh, man, that's good. It's a good joke. I wonder if people are so going to cry and say it's held back from old Jen. Yeah, I love Johnny Bernthal. The frick was that? Oh, my controller slid off. The desks aren't evenly. The one desk is higher than the other, and like the controller slid off onto the other one. Just crawl everywhere with the focus on. I'll look at everything. Yeah, every bush, every tree, every blade of grass. Maybe Zubair is just a cracked gamer. 2 hours equals 12 Lono hours. I mean, I definitely take time to stop and talk and point things out. There are some performance issues that I noticed in Horizon Forbidden West that I find pretty disappointing. In the opening cinematics, and even in one of the cinematics once I was playing, I was like, really? It's like, man, you guys are supposed to put out like pristine work. It's like first party Sony, It would be like having weird glitches during cinematics in God of War. You'd be like, what the frick? Accountant is a great movie, definitely worth going back to watch. Let's get this party started. Let's get going here. We need to do this. Do this. And then this. I'm going to try and put myself in a good spot in this game when we play it. Looking forward to the new God of War. It's going to be a good one. I don't think anything can be compared to God of War. That game is the best of the best. I have very high expectations for games like this. I just have very high expectations. That's all. That's all. Let's send out the tweet of what we're doing. Horizon Forbidden West gameplay. Part 1. Let me get it featured. We'll do redirect too, so you guys should come with us. Publish. I'll put a link in chat to where we are going, just in case live redirect doesn't work. We're going over a little early. Because we're kind of petering out here on this stream. We've run our full course with Elden Ring. Send that tweet. Go to split screen. Quote tweet. Send that. Quick little take from Daniel to you, free to read. While console is small, PC is big. There's over 300 million people in China that have played games on PC. That's why Sony's strategy is porting to console IP. Uncharted Collection can help expand its audience. Yeah, you think that adds to Mo's theory that we're going to get day and date on these titles? Because I don't. I don't. Okay. I understand if you guys don't want spoilers. Makes perfectly good sense. Do me a favor. Ride the redirect. Come over to the new stream and lower the volume and don't watch or something like that. Anything you can do. Gameplay streams can be super big for us. Hey, thanks for clicking on the video. This is going to be Horizon Forbidden West gameplay part 1 on the PS5. I will be starting fresh. I know it says continue, but we will be starting fresh with a brand new game. If you like these videos, be sure to hit subscribe and the bell button so you don't miss my talk shows. I'll be playing it on normal as well, and I will be picking Explorer, which is minimal HUD information. Look at the world to find your way, as opposed to Guided, which is markers and icons on screen to assist you on your journey. I'm now redirecting everybody over